From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Andrew Cord, Johnny. How'd you like to go to San Francisco?
What's up, Andy?
Well, we've written a lot of insurance for an independent contractor out there, a man named Arnold Bennet.
Uh-huh.
Last night, his latest project went up in smoke. An office building he completed a month ago.
How much is the policy worth?
There were 5 companies involved. They took it on at $100,000 apiece and turned it over to us.
$500,000?
Yep. I talked with the arson inspector for National Fire Underwriters in San Francisco. He said the fire looked phony.
I'll pack my things.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the 4-State Fire Insurance Corporation, 4065 Spear Boulevard, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Bennet Matter. Expense account item 1, $15, flowers for my girl. I wasn't able to keep our date. Instead, I met 4-State Fire Investigator Andrew Cord at his office, and we made immediate arrangements to fly to California. Item 2, $25.06, 1 raincoat. Item 3, $144.15. Air transportation, Hartford, New York, San Francisco. En route, Andrew Cord filled me in on the details concerning Arnold Bennet.
Oh, Johnny, as things stand now, Bennet hasn't filed claim yet, although I imagine that'll be coming through pretty fast, if I know him. I met him once when he was in New York getting money to finance one of his big subdivisions.
Yeah, it seems I've heard of him.
Oh, he's made time and life a couple of times each.
Oh, yeah.
When I met him, I said to myself, Andy, look well on this man. He may be the last of his kind.
Oh, how's that?
Well, Arnold Bennet must be past 60 now. He's been everything in his lifetime. Sailor, soldier, lawyer, financier, bootlegger, gun runner, Lord knows what all. Talked fast, worked hard, and what he couldn't get one way, he got another. All in all, he's done pretty well. It shows all over him. I didn't like him, Johnny.
Well, go on.
Well, maybe I was just jealous of his aggressiveness, or maybe it's that I've just heard stories of how he ran roughshod over big and little. About this new building of Bennett's that burned down.
Yeah.
Well, the man in San Francisco is pretty sure the fire was of incendiary origin.
Well, can he prove it?
Well, that'll be up to him, you and me. 4-State and National Fire Underwriters are going to handle the investigation. Federal, Great Atlantic, and Tri-State Underwriters aren't going to send any men at all. They figure it's best not to clutter things up.
Yeah, but proving the fire was incendiary may not be too easy, Andy.
Well, we'll see when we get there. There's a standoff motive in the whole thing. We can start with that.
What's that?
Bennett's in financial trouble, big trouble. Taxes, so on. The fire was an out.
I see. Well, who's the arson man in San Francisco?
Billy Underwood.
Oh, good. Bill Underwood's one of the best arson men in the business.
Well, it's going to take all of us to get Bennet, Johnny. Now, we'll split it 3 ways. We'll let Underwood handle the fire evidence. You can play front force with Bennet, and I'll comb around in the financial situation.
Yeah, well, we sure got our work cut out for us. But listen, Andy, you sound sort of scared of this guy, Bennet.
I am, kind of.
Why?
Nobody's ever beat him.
Expense account item 4, $7.50. Incidentals upon arrival in San Francisco. Andy Cord and I checked in at the Fairmont, then went downstairs, rented a car, and drove out to the scene of the fire. Bill Underwood was already there, had been there all day. We all shook hands, and then Underwood broke it down. Bill was a bit of a pedant, had things pretty well organized for us.
Now, it's this way. The watchman on duty saw a man loitering in the vicinity of the building when he came to work at 6 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
3 other witnesses remember the same man. A druggist, a filling station attendant on his way home from work, and a newsboy.
Got a description?
Mm-hmm. I did. Male, Caucasian, 25 to 30, medium build, approximately 170. Dark hair, dark complexioned. That's it. Have you talked to the police yet?
Haven't had a chance, Billy.
You know they got 8 men on this?
Well, with that much of a description, it might make it easier.
I sure hope so. So far, the description hasn't fitted anyone in the files yet. The newsboy swears that he saw this man sneak around the side of the building about 6 o'clock. The fire broke out about 6:30.
Anybody see him leave?
The newsboy says he saw him catch a bus on the corner right before the fire broke out.
Might help us.
But the bus driver on the line wasn't any help. He's pretty busy that time of night.
Have you had a chance to go over this yet?
Well, we started. I'm working with a fire inspector on it. And as soon as we come across anything, I'll let you know.
We can't overlook any possibility on this, Billy. Any.
Yeah. I know about Bennet. He's been out here asking me who I am, what I'm doing. He doesn't like it.
Oh, he doesn't.
Yeah. He learned to swear somewhere along the line. Oh, has he filed claim yet?
No, we haven't heard.
It's a professional firing job, I'm sure of it.
You're sure?
Well, I haven't got what I need in the way of concrete evidence yet, but I'll find it. Somewhere in these ashes. The place burned too well and too fast to be anything but professional. It was drafted. The fire got hot and going before anybody even spotted it.
Well, this is a little out of my league, Billy. Tell me more, will you?
Well, you see, an amateur will mess it up, generally. It'll smoke a lot and somebody will spot it. Now, a bug, a nut, he'll do as good a job as a professional.
Oh?
But he'll stick around and watch it burn. Stand a good chance of getting caught. He might even call up somebody and tell him how happy he is. But this bird, the one the newsboy saw getting out of here fast, well, he sounds like he knows his business. It's business with him.
Then it'll be my job to connect him and Bennet somehow.
And that's the tough part.
Yeah, all I got to do is play around in the ashes. Oh, Johnny.
Yeah,
Watch your step with Bennet.
sure.
He doesn't care about anybody.
I spent another 2 hours with Cord and Underwood covering the ruins of the 10-story office building that had been gutted the day before. Underwood acquainted Cord and me with all of the necessary details, all he could. That night we sat with the 3 witnesses at a special show up in the Hall of Justice. 60-odd suspects were paraded out. There were no identifications. The next morning, while Cord and Underwood carried on with their part of the investigation, I went out to Arnold Bennett's real estate office near the Presidio. Remember that old saw, how a woman in love is always beautiful? When I walked in, I had no idea Elizabeth Bennet was in love and no idea that she was beautiful. Her sallow face without makeup, framed in a wisp of stringy blonde hair, wasn't flattered by the shapeless black dress and low-heeled shoes she was wearing. Certainly not the going idea of beauty. Now, did her conversation reveal anything to indicate love?
Yes, sir. May I help you?
Mr. Bennet, please. My name's Dollar.
Dollar? D-O-L-L-A-R?
He's not expecting me.
Your business, Mr. Dollar.
Fourth State Fire Insurance Corporation. It's about the fire that destroyed the office building.
Oh, yes. Just a moment, please.
Well, what is it, Liz?
Mr. Dollar is here, Uncle Arnold.
I don't want to see anybody today. I told you that, you idiot.
Mr. Dollar's from Fourth State. It's about the fire.
Oh. Well, send him in. And go out to lunch.
Yes, sir. It's all right, Mr. Dollar. Straight ahead.
He always like that?
He's nice today.
Thanks, Elizabeth. That's your name, isn't it?
Yes. I'm Elizabeth Bennet. Go straight ahead.
Dollar,
That's right. Mr. Bennet?
come in, come in. I'm not going to ask you to sit down. I know why you're here. You have insurance investigator written all over your face.
Well, in that case, we can get right down to the business at hand.
What caused the fire?
They don't know yet.
It was deliberate.
What?
Somebody started that fire, that's what. And I know who. Get him and you'll save yourself some work. Tony Midas.
Tony Midas? Who's that?
The crackpot that set fire to my building. He's out of prison now, and he swore he'd get me.
Well, now, look, maybe you'd better tell me just who he is and why he'd want to get you.
Tony Midas worked for me once. I caught him stealing money, and I prosecuted him. He was sent to prison for 5 years, and he's the one you want.
You seem pretty certain of that.
Of course I'm certain of it. I know what enemies I have, what friends. Don't tell me I'm going to have to pussyfoot around with someone like you and get any place in this whole affair.
Well, there are some witnesses who got a look at the man who started the fire, or at least it's a good bet he's the one we're after. So tell me, what does this Tony Midas look like?
I don't remember. I hardly ever remember faces.
But you remembered his threat.
You bet your last nickel I remember his threat. And he's the kind of screwy punk to carry it out. Last week there was a small story in the newspaper that he was being released from prison.
Well, and we'll certainly look him up and have a talk with him.
That's very good of you, I'm sure.
Oh, now, look, this can be a very difficult thing all the way around, or we can all cooperate, Mr. Bennett.
I'll cooperate. I know why you're in town. I know who you came with. I met that glorified fire inspector yesterday. Underwood, you people don't fool me, and I'm not trying to fool you. Get Tony Midas, and you've got your man.
Did you tell the police about Midas?
No, I was waiting for some bird like you to walk in here with your high-handed attitude. Now I've told you, now you can get out and get busy looking for him.
Arnold Bennett lived up to all of his advance notices, and then some. I'm paid very well to stand and take what I have to find out what I want to find out. Sometimes it's not enough money. A review of the trial and proceedings in which Tony Midas had been convicted of grand theft, his threats at the time of his trial substantiated Bennett's information. That didn't surprise me. What did surprise me was that one of the 3 witnesses identified Tony Midas's mug picture as the man seen in the vicinity of the building the night of the fire. An APB went out for Midas. The San Francisco police began to turn the town upside down looking for him. By 5 o'clock in the afternoon, the other 2 witnesses had made up their minds that he was the man they had seen after all. The case against Midas became stronger. It was imperative that he be located. Johnny Dollar.
This is Elizabeth Bennet, Mr. Dollar. Remember in my uncle's office?
I remember.
Mr. Dollar, you're looking for Tony Midas, aren't you? You don't have to answer. I know you are. I think I can help you find him, but he's not the one you're looking for.
Look, if you turn him in...
Let me finish, and then we'll talk about him. I live at 1038 Murata Drive. I'll be home in an hour. We can talk there.
2 minutes later, when I was putting on my coat, I received another phone call. This one from Bennett's lawyer. He advised me that Arnold Bennett had filed claim and would bring suit if his claim was not honored in the prescribed length of time. I thanked him for the information and went downstairs, began to look around for a cab. A police car careened into the driveway, and a familiar hat on top of a familiar head leaned out.
Hey, Johnny! Go!
Yeah, Andy Cord.
Hustle it up, kiddo. Hop in.
Okay.
Inspector Trucks and Inspector Kane.
Hi, what's up?
Somebody shot Arnold Bennett 10 minutes ago.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, the trail gets so rough, a couple of people just fall off dead. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by John Dawson, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking. From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Billy Underwood, Johnny. Been trying to get you all over town. The hotel said to call you at this Skyline number.
I'm out at Arnold Bennett's house. He's been shot.
What?
That's right.
Well, who shot him?
Don't know yet. I think I'm a transfusion here before they take him to the hospital.
Uh-huh. Look, Johnny, I got something to show you.
Yeah, what?
Some ashes we just analyzed. The Bennett building was fired by a pro. He used celluloid and a wick made out of paraffin. I can prove it.
I hope Bennett lives to hear that.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Fourth State Fire Insurance Corporation, 4065 Spear Boulevard, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Bennet arson fraud. Arnold Bennet was removed to the hospital where he was given a 50-50 chance of recovering from a .38 slug that had entered his chest. There was no weapon lying about and no witnesses in the remote, hilly section of San Francisco where he lived to give any information concerning the attempted murder. The police were more anxious than ever to find Tony Midas, the man Bennet had put the finger on earlier. Their reasoning was that if he could burn down a building worth $500,000 to get back at Arnold Bennet, he also might shoot him. I told Andy Cord about Underwood's findings when the police car got us to the scene of the shooting.
Celluloid and paraffin wick, did you say?
Yeah, that's what Bill Underwood said on the phone.
Well, then it would point away from Tony Midas. He was an embezzler, not an arsonist.
Maybe. Who's that policeman over there?
Oh, that's Inspector Dickens.
Well, I talked to him about it for a while. He said Midas lived in San Quentin with a man named Hanley, a professional burner.
Yeah?
Well, Hanley could have taught Midas a few tricks of the trade.
Yeah, that's possible, Jimmy.
I don't know. At least Underwood is sure that he can prove it had an incendiary origin.
Well, that's the first hurdle. Maybe we can't tie it to Bennet at that, Johnny, if Midas did it.
Now, let's wait and see what Bennet has to say when he can talk.
I think I'll get on over to the hospital.
Okay.
Oh, here's something that came up.
Yeah?
Now, you said Bennet attributed everything to this Tony Midas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there might have been something personal in it, too. Midas is married to Bennett's niece, Elizabeth.
He's what?
Yeah, she married him a month before he was convicted.
Well, that might explain some things. Yeah, she called me tonight and said she had some information for me about Midas. I was on my way to see her when this happened.
Oh, you haven't talked to her yet, huh?
No, let's see. It is 1038 Marauder Drive. Wonder if that's far from here.
No, Johnny, not far at all. This happens to be 1038. Right here.
Oh? Well, we better tell the police about her, Andy. Andy Cord went on over to the hospital to await results on Arnold Bennet. I spoke to the inspector in charge and told him the information about Elizabeth Bennet. The police added the name to the APB already out for Tony Midas. And that's the way the case stood at midnight. By morning, the hospital reported that Arnold Bennet would recover from the gunshot wound. Elizabeth Bennet had not been located, nor had her husband, Tony Midas.
I always fix my own dinner. Poached egg and half ulcers. Name's Dollar?
Yeah, that's right. Insurance investigator.
You want something, do you? Yeah. Coffee, maybe?
No, thanks, Mr. Engel.
Mind if I finish?
Go right ahead.
What led you to me?
The notations about the trial, Mr. Engel. You were the defense attorney for Tony Midas. We're anxious to talk to him.
I defended him, yes. I don't think I'm going to be much help, Dollar. I haven't seen him since he got out. I've no idea where he is.
We'll find him, Mr. Engel.
What's it all about?
Well, Tony Midas has been identified as the man who started a fire in the Bennet building. Or at least who was seen in the vicinity of the building when it went up.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Are you, Mr. Engel?
Tony Midas was a nice kid who got in a little trouble. Everything was against him at the trial. Bennet poured it on. He didn't have to, but he did. He could have let him off.
You were Midas's lawyer. Did you try to talk Bennet into letting Midas off?
No, I didn't. Nobody talks Arnold Bennet into anything.
Oh?
Tony never would admit taking the funds. He said he was framed, but he didn't have a prayer with all the evidence against him.
Yeah, I read a transcript of the trial.
Then you know Tony Midas pleaded not guilty in the face of everything, and he went up. I wanted him to make a guilty plea and rest on the mercy of the court. It was his first offense.
Well, he's out now, and it looks like he's trying to get even with Bennet for prosecuting him.
All for a lousy 10 grand.
Yeah. Did he ever get in touch with you?
I told you no.
No phone call?
No.
Do you have any idea where he'd be in town, Mr. Engel?
No, I don't.
Okay. Then I guess I'll leave you to your eggs.
Dollar.
Yeah.
If you find Tony Midas, I'd like to know about it.
Why, Mr. Engel?
Oh, just curious. I'd like to see him. I'd like to see what 5 years in prison does to a kid like that.
Mr. Engel, Arnold Bennett was shot in his home last night.
No.
That's all you have to say?
What else is there to say?
Well, you could have asked, is he alive or is he dead, for one thing?
Suppose I don't care.
Okay, he's still alive. They think he'll pull through. Who do you think shot him, Mr. Engel?
I don't know.
They're looking for Tony Midas for that, too.
Oh?
Did you know Bennett's niece?
Elizabeth? Yes, I met her.
Well, they're looking for her, too. She's married to Tony Midas.
Yes, I knew. I knew about that.
Sit down, Mr. Engel.
What is this going to be, an inquisition?
That egg and that half and half doesn't interest you, no matter how much you look at it.
Well, you ought to leave me alone and go find your firebug.
Come on, let's have the story.
I don't know any story to tell you.
Was it spite that sent Tony Midas to prison because of him and Elizabeth Bennett?
No, they proved him a thief.
I'll throw one more thing at you, Engel. Bennett wasn't always too good about paying his taxes.
Now, look here,
Our accounting man has him pegged him for exactly what he is, an opportunist, a dodger, a man out to get what he can for as little as he can, no matter what. Yeah, we cover everything in a case like this.
You'll never get Arnold Bennett. He's too good for you, Dollar. Too good for your insurance company, your fire investigators, everybody. No man stronger ever lived.
We've already got evidence that proves the building was fired. I'm here to get all the story, and I think you're the man who can tell it.
Why me?
Because you work for him.
I never worked for him, never.
All right, we'll let that go for now. But you can tell me this. Was Tony Midas the kind of man who'd start that fire? You can tell me if he really was an embezzler. You can tell me if he tried to kill Arnold Bennett.
I can't tell you anything for a fact, Dollar. All I have is my own personal opinion.
Well, that's what I want. I want that. I'd like your opinion. Now, there's something about Bennett's niece being married to Midas, isn't there?
A wife can't testify against her husband. Everyone else in Bennett's office testified against Midas. She didn't.
I see. Now the opinion. Oh, come on, Engel, come on.
You're right, Dollar. I have got ideas. All of them make me sick inside. Tony Midas stood there and told me he was innocent. He said it 1,000,000 times if he said it once. He said he thought Bennett was framing him.
To cover up for income tax shortages?
It's just surmise, but it fits. Midas was a green kid hired into the company by Bennett. He might have been hired to be framed on a phony embezzling charge that'd give Bennett a good excuse on his taxes for a while. I've been fooled a lot of times.
Did Tony Midas fool you?
I don't know. I wish I could have gotten him off. I tried, Dollar. Believe me, I tried to get him off. You come here to me and say he's out of prison now and getting even. He's burnt down a building and tried to murder Arnold Bennett. Tony was a nice boy, Dollar. But now his whole life's gone, and for what? I hope you don't find him or her. I hope they go far away and stay away and don't have to talk to anybody ever. They deserve that. I hope nobody ever finds him.
But we did find Tony Midas. He was right under our noses all the time. When I got back to the hotel, there was a message for me to get down to the county hospital. Cord was waiting for me there. They took us downstairs, and then we were both standing in a room looking at Tony Midas before they took him across the hall to the morgue.
It's a funny thing, Johnny. There's been an alarm out on this guy for 36 hours. Everybody's been looking everywhere for him, and he turns up right here. Only he's dead.
Yeah. What killed him?
TB. He had it awful bad up in San Quentin. It's in the sick ward his last 2 years. When his time was up last week, he made them release him. But he wound up here and died in this hospital. It's rough. He's just a kid.
Yeah. Up until that time, there had been some kind of a case against Tony Midas. But obviously, since he had been dead almost 2 days, it was impossible to connect him with the attempt on Arnold Bennett's life and the firing of the building. So we were right back where we started from, trying to make a case against Arnold Bennett, who still lay in his hospital room and refused to talk to anybody who came near him.
All right, Johnny, now what?
Bennett's going to be hard. We're going to have to work around him. His niece is the best opening I can think of.
Where is she?
Police haven't located her yet.
No, not a trace.
Andy, she had some information for me when she called last night. I still want to get it.
Hello, Bill.
We got a break. George Foley's in town.
Who's that?
Best celluloid and wick man in the country. If you happen to want a building burnt down. One of the policemen at the hospital spotted him in the lobby trying to see Arnold Bennett.
Not a tired, Johnny.
Where is he now?
They followed him to an address on Baringo Street. They aren't going to move in until we decide something.
12 minutes later, Andy Cord, Bill Underwood, and I were standing in front of a decrepit-looking boarding house on Baringo Street talking to the 3 policemen from the San Francisco Police Department.
Dollar,
Underwood?
Aye. Hey, what's the story, officer?
Oh, the way we see it, Foley's still trying to get part of his money for burning the building. He took a chance coming to the hospital tonight to see Bennet.
No kidding.
He'll probably make another try. You boys have more at stake here than anybody. If you want to talk to him, try to make a deal with him to turn on Bennet. Now's the time.
Now, what do you say, Johnny?
Now, wait a minute. We aren't sure of anything about him.
Well, he fills the bill, Johnny. Paraffin and wick jobs are few and far between. With nothing more than that, I'd stake my rep on Foley being our boy.
For what it's worth, all three witnesses now pick his picture instead of Midas.
Oh, well, a good defense attorney, get that thrown right out.
What do you want to do?
Oh, well, let's shake him up a bit, okay?
Go ahead. We'll be covering the back and front.
Come on.
We know he's in there, Johnny. Let's bust it in.
No, wait. Watch out, Andy! All right. That's enough. You okay, Bill? Andy?
Okay.
Yeah. All right, tough boy. Get on your feet and let's get out of here.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, we have an arsonist right in the palm of our hands, with very surprising results. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by John Dawson, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking. From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Andrew Cord, Johnny.
How's it going, Andy?
All the police have been talking to that arsonist, George Foley, all night long. He won't admit a thing. Won't talk about anything. They're wondering now how long they can hold him.
He's the man who fired that building, Andy.
Well, we've got to have something more for the district attorney, Johnny. We haven't tied Foley to Bennet at all. If we can definitely charge him with firing that building, then we'll have a lever to go after Bennet.
I got an idea.
What?
Meet you in an hour.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Four-State Fire Insurance Corporation, 4065 Spear Boulevard, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Bennet arson matter. Expense account item 6, $1, 2 drinks. Andrew Cord and myself in Cookie's Place, a half a block from San Francisco's Hall of Justice. Andy's a good insurance man, thorough.
Well, it's pretty certain they'll have to release Foley unless he admits something, or we can find more evidence against him.
How about Bennett?
Still no word. Johnny, you can see what we're up against.
Yeah. Want one?
No, thanks, Johnny. Let's pull it out.
Listen, we had this case tied into Tony Midas until he turned up dead. A vengeance motive against Bennett for sending him to prison 5 years ago.
Yeah?
All right. Now we know it wasn't Midas, and we're sure it's this George Foley. At least according to Bill Underwood, and Bill certainly knows the arson racket.
Yeah, no man better.
All right, then. Who shot Bennett?
Oh, I don't know, Johnny, but that's not our worry at the
Think,
moment.
Andy, think. It might have been Foley. It couldn't have been Midas. But there is someone else.
You mean Bennett's niece?
Sure, his niece. She had a reason because of what Bennett did to Midas, who was her husband. And she's got a reason to help us.
Yeah, but nobody can find her. Nobody knows where she is.
They'll find her, and I want to make a deal.
You what?
Sure. If I find her, I'll ask her what information she can give us about Bennett and Foley. Possibly she has something. She said she did once. Now look, if she shot her uncle, she'll have to stand for assault and attempt to kill. Can we give her legal help in her case?
Johnny, I don't know.
I want to know if I can promise her that if I see her. Can I?
Well, you can tell her that we'll do what we can, the very best that we can.
Okay, good. Want another drink?
No, thanks, Johnny.
All right, I'll try and get in touch with Elizabeth Bennett.
How? The police haven't gotten anywhere.
Oh, I've been here 2 days, and I got friends all over this town. Expense account item 7, $1.05, cab fare. From the Hall of Justice to the apartment house of Marty Engel, lawyer, philosopher, and egg poacher.
Again?
Yeah. You better close that door and lock it, Mr. Engel.
It's awful late for this. Are you drunk?
Nope.
Locked? Now what?
You asked me if I ever found Tony Midas to tell you about it. We found him, Mr. Engel. He's dead.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. And he didn't do any of the things we thought he might have done. I'm here to find out what you might have done.
How did he die?
Tuberculosis. He's had it for 2 years. Didn't know.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know about it.
I don't know how to figure you, Engel. I haven't been able to ever since I met you. Doesn't make any difference what I think of you, but it does make a difference how you answer one question. A lot of difference to you.
What is it?
Did you help Arnold Bennett frame Tony Midas and send him up to San Quentin?
You say Tony is dead. Now, what difference?
Did you help Bennett frame him?
No, I told you I defended Tony Midas in court. I tried my best to get him off. That's the truth.
You're sure of that?
I'm an honest man, if not a successful one. I told you the truth.
All right, then, if that's the truth, you're not in any trouble and you can unlock that door. But if it's not the truth, you might get yourself killed.
Why do you say that?
Because somebody took a shot at Arnold Bennett last night. But he was lucky. It didn't kill him, but it came pretty near. You know who that somebody was?
Elizabeth?
That's a good guess. She hasn't got anything to lose now. She lost her husband. She might be out getting even for him if he was framed. And she thinks you helped frame him.
I tell you, I didn't frame him. I defended him. I think Bennett stacked everything against him. I told you that once. I think Midas was an innocent man, but there was nothing I could do.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Shh. Who are you expecting?
No one.
Ask who it is. Go ahead, ask who it is.
Who is it?
Elizabeth Bennett, Mr. Engel.
Tell her just a minute.
Just a minute, Elizabeth.
Okay, over there. Go on, get down fast.
I know.
No, you don't!
Engel, call the police. Hold it, Elizabeth, hold it up. Are you hurt?
You?
Are you hurt?
No, I'm all right. Did I kill him? Did I kill him?
No, Elizabeth, you didn't kill him.
He ought to be dead.
You don't know what you're talking about. He didn't have anything to do with framing Tony. He just told me.
Then he was lying. He should be dead. He and my uncle.
None of this will bring Tony back to you. Come on now, come on, let's get back.
How many tramps have you met in your life, Mr. Dollar?
A few. Come on, come on.
When you met my Uncle Arnold, you met a real one. He stole money from himself and made it look like Tony did it. And that one in there helped him. Why didn't you let me kill him?
You're wrong about Engel. He didn't help your uncle. He tried to help Tony, honestly.
Well, then I'm glad I didn't kill him. How's my uncle?
He's getting better.
Will he go to prison?
We have to prove he hired somebody to fire the office building.
He hired George Foley, I know that.
Would you swear to
Yes.
it? Can you?
Yes. He blamed it on Tony. When I went over to see Tony last month in the prison hospital, he was dying. Oh, I knew it. He had that look in his eyes. Helpless. And he knew what my uncle had done to him, and he couldn't do anything about it.
But you figured you could. You shot your uncle when you found out Tony was dead. And you came here to kill Engel.
I thought he helped Uncle Arnold send Tony to prison. I thought he helped kill Tony. They did kill him, you know, when they sent him to prison. They killed him as surely as if they'd shot him down. 5 years I waited for Tony to get out of that awful place. I waited to hold him in my arms and tell him it was all over. 5 years I waited to help him forget his hate and my hate. Loving him so much every day that... Now he's dead. What can you or I or anybody do about what they've done to Tony? Look at me, Mr. Dollar. I'm not what you'd call beautiful. I'm not even pretty. Nobody ever looked at me twice until Tony. He looked at me and he loved me. And now he's dead. And I'm dead inside. I'm dead inside, and I'll be glad when I'm dead outside.
Shooting in this neighborhood?
Wait a minute, officer.
What's that?
No one's hurt. Come on, Elizabeth. Elizabeth Bennet made a statement down at the Hall of Justice admitting she fired a shot at Arnold Bennet, hoping to kill him. She also admitted the assault on the lawyer, Marty Engel. Charges were immediately filed, and she was held in the women's section of the city jail. In a separate statement, she told how she had seen Arnold Bennet meet George Foley in a downtown bar. Foley still maintained that he had nothing to do with the fire in the Bennet building and denied any connection with Arnold Bennet. I gave Elizabeth Bennet's statement to Andy Cord, and he took it to the assistant district attorney. I was still in the Hall of Justice when Marty Engel came in.
Dollar?
Oh, hello, Mr. Engel.
How is Elizabeth?
They're holding her.
I'm not going to press any charges.
Well, that's pretty decent of you, Mr. Engel.
She's a pretty unhappy girl. I'd like to help her.
Her uncle will probably press charges against her.
I'd like to defend her.
What?
She needs a lawyer. I didn't do very well for her husband. Maybe I can do better for her.
I hope so.
Funny world, isn't it?
Not tonight, it isn't.
No, I guess not. Yeah. Well, I'll see you, Mr. Dollar.
Right.
Johnny?
Oh, Andy, hi.
Well, kid, you ought to pat yourself on the back. They're going to go ahead against George Foley for the arson job.
Enough for them now, huh?
That's a pretty good case against him, whether he opens up and talks or not.
A statement from him would still be better.
Always. But he's been around, Johnny. He hasn't given anybody the time of day yet.
Yeah.
Oh, about Elizabeth Bennet. I can arrange counsel for her.
She's already got a lawyer, Andy.
Okay, then we'll pay his fee.
He doesn't want any fee.
What's the matter, kid?
Boy, maybe all this has been a little too much. Hey, what time is it?
10:15.
There's a plane out at midnight. If you don't need me anymore, I think I'll be getting back to Hartford.
Sure, Johnny. Sure, I'll look after things here.
Expense account item 7, $49.65, hotel and meals in San Francisco. Item 8, same as item 3, transportation back to Hartford. I caught the midnight plane and was in Hartford at 2 o'clock the next afternoon. I went directly to my apartment and went to bed. I was awakened the following morning about 7 o'clock. What the... Johnny Dollar.
San Francisco calling, Mr. Dollar.
Okay.
Is this Mr. Dollar?
Yes, yes.
Mr. Andrew Cord is calling. One moment, please. Go ahead, please.
Johnny,
Hi.
can you come back to San Francisco right away?
Should I... Well, I just got home.
And we need you again. Jake Eggleston is going to defend Foley in court.
Eggleston.
He's already got him out on a writ.
What?
This case is worth $500,000 to us, Johnny. If anything happens that Foley gets off, we won't have a chance to get Bennet.
You sound scared.
I am. Somehow, Bennett's holding the best cards again.
We got a good case against Foley. Once that's settled, we can get Bennet.
I want to make sure.
Okay, I'll get the first plane.
Thanks, Johnny.
Even as I hung up the phone, I was thinking of Marty Engel's words. You'll never get Arnold Bennet. He's too good for you, Dollar. Too good for your insurance company, your fire investigators, everybody. No stronger man ever lived, he said. And somebody had to prove Engel was wrong.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, a fight against a strong man and one of the cleverest lawyers in the country. Join us in court. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by John Dawson, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking. From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Andrew Court, Johnny. Did you have a nice trip back here to Frisco?
I slept most of the way. How's it going?
Good and bad, Johnny. Good that we've got George Foley on trial for setting fire to the building. Bad that we haven't connected him to Bennet yet. And Bennet's the guy we want.
Well, once you get a conviction on Foley, you can go after Bennet.
A lot of expert testimony's been thrown around here, and the jury's been sleeping through most of it. Besides that, Foley's got one of the best defense men in the business, Jake Eggleston.
Yeah, I've heard of him. He's pretty slick.
He's going to make us lose this case, Johnny.
Not if I can help it.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Four-State Fire Insurance Corporation, 4065 Spear Boulevard, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Bennet Matter. Expense account item 9, $124. Air transportation, Hartford back to San Francisco again, and the Bennet case, which I thought was finished with. I was at the Hall of Justice by 9:30. I met Andrew Court outside of the Superior Court.
This may be the last day of the trial, Johnny.
Anything new since I talked to you on the phone, Andy?
Well, I may be worrying for nothing, since Finley's handled it all pretty well for the state. He's one of the assistant DAs, but Foley's still holding on to a not guilty plea.
Well, isn't that just coaching?
Well, maybe. But you remember Foley didn't make any statement when we took him, and the police got nothing out of him at all.
Foley had something like 28 arrests besides 2 convictions. He knew the ropes.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay, yeah?
Sure. Oh, just in time.
Yeah, seems to be. There's the clerk now.
Yeah.
Court is now in session. His Honor, Judge William J. Bainbridge presiding. Everybody stand. Be seated. John Dollar.
Hey.
Well, I didn't think they'd call you first.
No.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Be seated.
As you know, I'm Charles Finley with the District Attorney's Office. State your name, please.
Johnny Dollar.
State your occupation, please.
I'm an insurance investigator.
How long have you been engaged in your profession as an insurance investigator?
10 years or more.
Now, tell us, please, prior to that, what kind of work did you do?
I was in the United States Marine Corps for 4 years. Before that, I was Detective Sergeant 2nd grade with the New York Police Department.
Do you have any papers or letters in your possession that verify your professional status, Mr. Dollar?
Yes, I do. I have letters of reliability from 13 insurance companies and adjustment bureaus I've been associated with, and my record as police officer.
Thank you. Will the court clerk please hand these papers to counsel for the defense so he may examine them?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, tell us what your connection with this case is, Mr. Dollar.
I was employed by the Four-State Fire Insurance Corporation of Hartford, Connecticut, to conduct an investigation in regard to one of their policyholders.
Arnold Bennett.
Yes, Arnold Bennett.
Will you please tell the court what the results of that investigation were?
The Bennett building was destroyed by fire. I worked with arson experts from my own organization and with the police here to determine the cause of the fire.
Go on, please.
At the scene of the fire, our expert, William Underwood, located certain items which we recognized as part of the paraphernalia generally used by professional arsonists.
Will you please state what those items were?
A scrap of celluloid and a paraffin wick.
Anything else?
Samples of the ashes, which were later analyzed and proved to be celluloid ashes.
I wish to remind the ladies and gentlemen of the jury that the public fire adjuster, the gentleman from the Skyline Laboratories, and the two gentlemen from the Fire Inspection Department have previously testified as to the identity and uses of these items. Will you continue, Mr. Dollar?
Well, these particular items suggested that the fire was of an incendiary origin. The next problem was to establish the exact method used in starting the fire.
Were you able to determine that method?
Yes, sir.
In order to refresh the minds of the jury, would you mind describing what was established?
A heavy woolen wick.
This one, Mr. Dollar?
That one, or one like it.
Exhibit C. Please continue.
This wick had been soaked in paraffin and then stuffed into a paper sack that was filled with celluloid. It's a simple method. The wick is lit and takes anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes to burn down to the celluloid. Now, once that happens, the celluloid flares up and fires anything combustible in the vicinity.
And that is the method you determined caused the fire in the Bennett building?
Yes. And I'd like to qualify that by saying the arson experts from my own company and the gentlemen from the police and fire departments here in San Francisco determined it definitely.
Mr. Dollar, by this means you connected the defendant, George Foley, with the fire you were investigating?
Yes, we did.
How?
George Foley improvised the method I have just described.
Improvised? You mean it is his method?
I object, Your Honor. The prosecution is putting words into the mouth of the witness.
I'll rephrase for Mr. Eggleston. Is this method identifiable with the defendant?
Yes, sir.
Will you explain the identification?
The police files here show that Foley has been convicted of setting 2 other fires in this state. On both occasions, he employed that method of fire.
Your Honor, I object.
The career of the defendant as a professional arsonist is a matter of public record.
The defendant's previous record has no bearing on this case. I object.
Mr. Dollar, will you rephrase and delete any reference to the defendant's criminal history?
The procedure in locating an arsonist is to first establish the method of operation. In this case, where the wick celluloid method was used, the defendant's name came up immediately. The defendant made an attempt to call on Arnold Bennett in the hospital. The defendant was positively identified by 3 witnesses as the man they had seen near the Bennett building prior to the fire.
I remind the jury of the testimony of those witnesses. Go on, Mr. Dollar.
The police crime laboratory examined all of the clothing Foley was wearing at the time of his arrest and all of the clothing in his room. There was definite evidence that he had been in the Bennett building.
Will you tell us what sort of evidence, please?
Well, paint smudges on the soles of his shoes and metal filings and cuffs of his trousers, compared with samples that were still available in the building, where certain painting and metal work had been in progress.
You connected him with the improvised method of firing You proved that paint smudges and metal filings came from the Bennet building. The defendant attempted to contact Arnold Bennet. What else?
Arnold Bennett's niece, Elizabeth Bennet, informed me that her uncle, Arnold Bennet, hired the defendant to fire the building to collect insurance.
Order! Order!
I was on the stand all the rest of the morning. When Finley ended his questioning, he turned me over to defense counsel Eggleston. Eggleston contested every bit of established testimony and recommended that my remarks be stricken from the trial records. The summations came right after that, and then the case went to the jury. Expense account item 10, $3, lunch for Andrew Cord and myself.
Foley has to be convicted or we'll be on the defense when Bennett's insurance claim comes to court. And we'll probably get stuck with it.
Hey, while the jury's out, why don't I go over to the jail and talk with Foley?
Now, what good would that do, John?
Well, Foley must know they'll give him the works if he admits something
He'll
to us.
admit nothing. He sits there in court like they were talking about someone else. Oh, Johnny, it's too late.
Yeah, but if he did, you could go ahead and file criminal charges against Bennet. Beat him to the punch.
Well, I'd like that.
Oh, we get Foley and we've beaten Bennet, and I like that. The job of getting to a prisoner who's standing trial isn't an easy one, especially when he's under the surveillance of a smart defense attorney like Eggleston. I talked to Judge Brainbridge in his chambers and told him what I had in mind. I broke down the case against Foley as the insurance company saw it, and the possible case against Arnold Bennet if Foley was found guilty. Judge Brainbridge arranged for me to see Foley. He was sitting on his cot. Eggleston was standing nearby.
Hello, Dollar.
Hello, Eggleston.
Hi, what do you want?
Well, I thought we ought to talk about this thing while there's still time. If it's okay with you, Mr. Eggleston.
It's okay with me, Dollar. I'll be right here.
Still time for what?
To get you part of a break, Foley?
Oh, that's a real good one, that is. You sit on a witness chair all morning, you tell them what a bad boy I am, then you walk in here and tell them you want to give me a break.
I do.
Go away.
Now, wait a minute, George. It won't hurt to listen to him.
Oh, you're a great one, you. I'm the guy who's sitting in this cell. Both of you can walk out of here and have a good steak for dinner tonight.
All right, George. Listen to him. This isn't a courtroom.
When you were first hauled in, Foley, you could have made a statement telling us Bennet hired you to fire that building, waived a jury trial, and thrown yourself on the mercy of the court. But you didn't do that. You made everybody work hard to give it to you. And that's exactly what they're going to do. That jury will come out pretty soon and throw the book at you.
Hey, is that true?
I'm not so sure of that, Dollar. Tell us precisely why you're here.
You both know my company's after Arnold Bennet. He's filed claim against us for not paying off his fire policy. Foley, we know he hired you to fire that building.
Yeah?
And if you're smart, you'll send for the guard and make a request for the court to come back in session before the jury returns. You can tell them Bennet hired you. You can change your plea to guilty and throw yourself on the mercy of the court. It'll probably save you 5 years on your sentence.
So I turn hero and make everything nice for you to go after Bennet.
If you do that, his claim will be thrown out to the insurance commission and we'll prefer charges against him.
And he'd be right up there with me, huh? Making little ones out of big ones.
That's right.
You're overstepping your province here, Dollar.
Oh, now, look, there isn't much time.
Dollar,
Foley, this man can advise you to wait until the jury comes in, and that won't be very long. But then it'll be too late for you to help yourself.
I don't like this high-pressure stuff.
I don't care what you like or dislike, Mr. Eggleston. Now listen, Foley. They've got an 8-point case against you in there.
Is he right, Eggleston?
It doesn't make any difference. The jury
You say it saved me 5 years on my sentence.
Yes.
George.
What do you think?
Up to you, George. I've told you what I think.
Ah, swell spot, swell.
Well, come on. What is it?
I'll risk it.
You're crazy.
There's a chance those 12 clunkheads will walk out and tell everybody I'm not guilty. Come on, get out.
Those last 5 years will be pretty hard ones. Guard.
Thank you for the offer just the same, Dollar.
You don't use your head much, Foley.
If it hadn't been for you, I wouldn't be in here. So don't worry too much about what happens to me.
If it weren't for guys like you, I wouldn't be in business. And I'm not worried.
Holla.
Yeah?
Yeah, I hope they let me loose on this one. For your sake.
Don't plan on it.
On account of... I'd like to kill you or something.
Now, here's our star to tell you about the final intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, a verdict in and out of a courtroom. The wind-up. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by John Dawson, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking. From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Hi, Johnny.
Andy, I saw George Foley. I wasn't able to make him change his plea.
Well, it was a good try, Johnny.
Jury's still out?
Yeah, that means they're arguing all the technical evidence.
I was just thinking. No one really believes we'll get Arnold Bennett.
What do you think?
I think we will. I know we will.
Well, if we can get Foley, we can get Bennett. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, the jury foreman just sent for the bailiff.
I'll be right there.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Four State Fire Insurance Corporation, 4065 Spear Boulevard, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Bennet arson fraud. Expense account item 11, 10 cents, one phone call to the hospital. The report on Arnold Bennett substantiated the newspaper story that he was recovering from the gunshot wound inflicted by his niece.
Well, one thing, Johnny, he'll be alive for us if we can go after him.
Oh, I wish it'd work with Foley. I think I could have made it work if that lawyer Eggleston hadn't been there.
Well, it's after 4. You know, if that jury doesn't come in with a verdict pretty soon, they'll have to adjourn for the night.
Yeah. Want to smoke?
Yeah, thanks, Johnny. I would like one.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Hey, they're coming back in.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Oh, it's stuffy in this courtroom.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Court is now in session. Be seated. Has the jury reached a verdict in the case of the state versus George Foley?
We have, sir.
Will you please read the verdict in this court?
Wait. We, the jury, find the defendant, George Foley, guilty as charged.
That does it.
Dollar! Dollar! See me, Dollar? Come see me. I got some things to tell you now.
Who's this with you, Dollar?
Andy Cord with the insurance company.
Oh.
Now, look, I haven't got any deals to offer, Foley. You know that.
Yeah, I know. So I took a chance. It's a lousy 5 more years.
What about Arnold Bennett?
You're a little anxious.
I want some information first.
They only gave us 10 minutes, Foley.
Where's Bennet now?
He's still in the hospital. He's going to be all right.
He's out and I'm in. That's a break.
Oh, come on, Foley. Let's have it if you have anything to say.
Can you get Bennet? Can you really get him?
I'll tell you frankly. We think we can get him with or without your help now. It doesn't make too much difference. Maybe it'll take longer without your help, but we'll get him. The fact that the court is going to convict you for having set fire to Bennett's office building is the lever we've needed. We can go after him now.
You want to help us, Foley?
I don't want to help you or your stinking insurance company, but I hate the idea of Bennet, Mr. No-one-do-everything, running around eating good food and sleeping in his nice bed while I'm rotting away in prison. Sure, he hired me to fire his building. He paid me $2,500 to put the torch to that lousy building of his. He said he could throw all the blame on a guy named Tony Midas if it ever came up.
We want the facts, Foley. How'd he first contact you?
Well, I got a friend who knows things, see? And my friend told me to contact him.
When?
A couple of days before the job.
Come on, Foley. Who's your friend?
I'm not going to tell you everything.
Did you talk to Bennet in person about firing the building?
I talked to him on the phone after my friend told me about him. Bennet said he wanted the place to go down because he's having money trouble, taxes and all, and he offered me $1,000 for the job.
Now, wait a minute, Foley. You just said you got $2,500.
I did. I hung up on him when he offered me the $1,000. I called him back later on and told him I wanted $4,000. Well, we argued about it and then finally hit on the $2,500.
Did you meet him then?
Sure. No, I never met him. I saw him once, and I walked by the building and looked it over, but I never met him.
Bennett's niece said she saw you two together, Foley, a sworn statement.
Yeah, she's a liar.
How about the money? How'd he pay it to you?
He left it for me in the check stand at the bus terminal over on 4th Street. I told him how to do that and when to leave it.
Now, let me get this straight, Foley. You made the deal to fire the building over the phone. Then you went ahead and looked at the job. You never talked to Bennet in person?
That's right.
And you made arrangements for him to pay you $2,500 by leaving it in the check stand at the bus terminal.
Yeah.
When did you make these arrangements?
The day before the job.
How'd you work it?
I just told you.
I mean the money.
Oh, half of it the first time, and after the job was over, he left the other half for me.
And you got it all?
Sure, in cash.
Why were you trying to see him in the hospital after he was shot?
Try and shake him down for another 5.
Oh, brother. Come on, let's start over.
Well, what do you mean?
Oh, you're trying to sell us a bill of goods here. For what reason, I don't know, but I know this. You had to meet Bennet. You had to see him, Foley. You had to talk it over with him personally.
I just told you I picked up the money in the bus time.
I don't believe that. Bennet wouldn't have left the money for you to pick up. He could have just gone away with it. And after the building was burned, if it had been that way, Bennet didn't have to pay you the balance. Now, when did you see him? It's pretty important to know when and where and how many times you and Bennet got together.
Thought you said you could get him whether I told you anything.
We can, brother. Don't ever doubt that. But if you tell us some facts, we can get him faster. All right, now. Where did you first meet him? Was it in a restaurant? Someplace with people around?
No. I met him in his car. He was parked on Market Street near 5th. That's the way we arranged to meet each other over the phones.
Did anybody see you meet him?
People on the street, I guess.
When did this meeting happen?
Night I torched his building?
He paid you then?
Yeah.
The whole $2,500?
Yeah, all of it.
What'd you do with the money?
Never mind.
You still have it?
Never mind.
Oh, this is a waste of time. You aren't telling us anything.
Well, why should I?
Why'd you call us here if you didn't have anything to say?
Well, I'm saying something. You guys aren't listening.
We continued questioning Foley about his association with Arnold Bennet. Each time he explained it, it was a different story. The only thing he admitted was that Bennet had hired him to fire the building. As far as the details of it were concerned, they were lost in a jumble of contradictory answers he gave us. Expense account item 12, $5.60 dinner for Andrew Cord and myself. The next morning, we returned to the Hall of Justice to question George Foley once more.
All right, Foley. Now, how much did you say Arnold Bennet paid you for the job?
$1,000.
You told us $2,500 one time. Another time you said $5,000. Now, come on, what was it?
$1,000.
And when did he pay you?
Right after I fired the building. I met him right afterwards down on the street in his car. He asked me if it was all set, and I told him to listen for the sirens. And pretty soon, somebody put in the alarm, and the fire engines come out. He paid me then, all right. The place was 3/4 gone by that time. He knew I did a good job.
Where was this you met him now?
A couple of blocks from the building.
Did anybody see you together?
No.
Where did you telephone him from?
From my place.
The same night you started the fire?
Yeah.
And he brought you the money that night, and you cased the building that night, and you started the fire. All this in one night.
Hey, you got it now. That's the ticket, boys.
It became increasingly evident that Foley was attempting to convince us that he was mentally deranged. In spite of the fact that he'd already been tried and found guilty and was slated to appear at 10:30 the following morning for sentencing. It's an old trick, and with arsonists, where sanity is questioned from the beginning, a good one. However, Foley had been examined by 3 psychiatrists appointed by the courts. I waited in the jail cell with Foley while Andy Cord went out to get copies of their findings. When he returned, we showed them to Foley. Okay, good.
Here you go, John.
Well, what are you showing me these things for?
To let you know there's no way to get out of it now, Foley. These are from psychiatrists. All of them had a good look at you. You're sane. You're all right. You remember when they looked at you?
No.
All right, look at the dates on the paper. You can read, can't you?
Sure.
January 15th, January 16th, January 21st. Witnesses were around for all the examinations. Well?
Well?
Are you through playing games now?
Okay, Dolly, you guys win.
Come on, give us the story.
All right. I met Arnold Bennett at the Hopkins bar about a month before the fire. I made sure I'd meet him there.
Now, what do you mean, Foley?
Well, I've been setting fires for a living for a long time now. I always have a list of people like Bennett who could use a fire. They get around. I knew he was in trouble 4 or 5 years ago with the income tax people. They sent a guy to prison for cover-up.
Tony Midas.
Yes, Tony Midas. I figured he'd be needing another one pretty soon, so we had a drink. I brought it up.
Who paid for the drinks?
He did.
Who saw you together?
The bartender. His name is Alfred. There was a maitre d' there, a couple of people at the tables. I put the proposition up to him. How'd he like to have his building burnt down and collect his $500,000 to get himself out of trouble? Well, he said he'd like that fine. I told him it cost him $5,000 in advance. He said he couldn't raise that much, but he did manage to get $3,500 together. I took it, and I did the job.
What'd you do with the money?
I still got it.
Where?
It's not going to do me any good now. I buried it in a gallon can in a vacant lot over by the tower. I could show you where.
Okay. We'll get you to do that.
Swell, I'll be glad to. Hey.
What?
I can send Bennett up the same way you're sending me up.
Huh?
I can testify against him at his trial.
The next morning at 10:30, George Foley received the maximum sentence. 2 hours later, charges were filed against Arnold Bennett, naming him for conspiracy, arson, attempted defraud, and collusion. A warrant was issued for his immediate arrest, but it was never served. Arnold Bennett died in the hospital that night. In a way, you could still say that no one ever beat him. He beat himself. Expense account item 13, $87.50, hotel and board in San Francisco. Item 14, another $125, transportation back to Hartford. Item 15, $35, miscellaneous. Expense account total, $1,440.37. Remarks? Nothing. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Remember, there'll be another intriguing story for you beginning next Monday night.
Next week, the Fathom 5 matter. Death on the high seas. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by John Dawson, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in this week's cast were Lillian Baeff, Stacey Harris, Chet Stratton, Will Wright, Marvin Miller, Hans Conried, Edgar Barrier, and Parley Bear. Musical supervision by Amerigo Marino. Be sure to join us on Monday night, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
This is Harry Branson at Philadelphia Mutual Life and Casualty Company.
Oh, hello, Harry. What's with you?
John, I have a case I'd like you to handle for us. It's somewhat unusual.
Have you ever handed me one that wasn't completely screwy?
I said unusual.
And I said screwy, so now that we understand each other, what's it all about?
Well, absolutely nothing yet. But I'm very apprehensive about one of our clients.
Oh, Harry, you're the biggest worrywart I ever knew.
What was that?
I said, who is this client?
Oh, Dr. Walter Merrill.
Merrill? The scientist?
That's right.
Nobel Prize winner? The man who worked out the molecular orbital contraction something or other?
Yes, that's the one. As I say, John, I'm worried.
Well, who wouldn't be about him? I'll be right down to see you.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Philadelphia Mutual Life and Casualty Insurance Company in Philadelphia. Where else? Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the clever chemist matter. Expense of transportation and incidentals, Hartford to New York to Philadelphia. I didn't even stop to check my bag, but headed directly for the Philly Mutual building on Walnut Street. Harry Branson is a good insurance man, but a great worrier. Nonetheless, he'd given me some pretty important, too. And after all, what do we live for? There you are. Keep the change.
Thanks, Doc. John, what took you so long?
Oh, now, what's the matter, Harry? Forget to pay the rent on your office or just forgot the key?
No, John, as a matter of fact, I have the key right... this is hardly the place for levity.
Well, surely you haven't been waiting here on the sidewalk ever since you called me.
No, I haven't, but by checking plane schedules, I was able to determine when you'd arrive almost to the minute, and not wanting to waste time taking you upstairs to the office.
Pretty urgent matter, huh?
For you should be here shortly.
What? Well, now, usually I arrange these things myself, Harry.
Yes, and how we pay of you.
Oh, Harry, you touch me to the quick.
Oh, now, please don't misunderstand me. I don't mean that there's ever anything really dishonest about your expense account. It's
well,
only...
you ought to. Believe me, I'll pad it to the hilt if I think I can get away with it.
Anyway, the most important reason for engaging the car was so that you can leave immediate...
Malaga?
Yes, New Jersey. It's
is that where Dr. Merrill is?
Yes. As is his custom, he chooses to work in some isolated spot where he can't possibly be disturbed. He and his colleague, that is.
Colleague? I always heard that he worked alone, freelance.
And you heard right. However, he now has a Professor Theodore Nash with him.
Nash?
One of outing to Dr. Merrill.
Never heard of him.
John, they're working together on what I'm sure is some top-secret project.
Oh? Oh, say, wait. Didn't Merrill have something to do with the early rocket experiments?
Precisely. Which is why I suspect their present work may have something to do with the space satellite or intercontinental missiles or something of the sort.
Yeah, possible. But what has all this got to do with you?
Their insurance. Dr. Merrill has had a policy with us for some years. $25,000.
Oh, and
he took out a policy for $10,000.
Beneficiary?
Nash made Dr. Merrill his beneficiary.
Oh, well, that sort of thing is often done between men working together. Harry, you know that.
Yes, so that if anything happens to one, the other will be financially able to carry on what they've started.
Sure, right.
Which is no doubt why Dr. Merrill changed the beneficiary of his policy to Theodore Nash.
So, what's the worry?
No sooner was the change made than I received a letter of protest from Dr. Merrill's daughter.
Who's she?
Mrs. Howard Harding, she and her husband live in West Philadelphia. He's a welder for an aviation company, I think.
Well, what did she base her protest on, Harry?
She claims her father must have been coerced into changing the policy.
Oh, now, wait a minute. That sounds like the hungry relative who complains about being cut out of the will.
It might. If Mrs. Harding weren't a perfectly well-balanced, intelligent, and I'm sure quite unselfish person, a completely...
Is she good-looking?
Well, yeah.
And, real sweet to you?
Yeah, she is. Well, now, John, I don't know what you're trying to imply.
They do it every time.
John!
Particularly when there's a bit of money involved. Good-looking insurance broker like you? And you're a bachelor, too, aren't you, Harry?
John, you're pulling my leg.
Oh, Harry. But then I guess we're all suckers for someone like that.
That has nothing to do with it. I've had these hunches before, John, and they've always been right. Even you will have to admit that.
Yeah, I'll confess that in the cases I've handled for you so far. Well, why don't you call up Dr. Merrill?
I think the quaint old fellow would die rather than have a phone near enough to disturb him in his work. Oh, there's your rental car waiting at the curb, so off you go, John, and see what you can find out.
Okay, Harry. It all sounds like a lot of nothing you're worried about, but as long as you're willing to pay for it. And I always did like South Jersey this time of year. I drove across the Delaware River Bridge into Jersey and headed for Route 45 to Westville, Woodbury, and finally Pittman, where I picked up Route 47. What Harry had said was true. These hunches of his had a remarkable way of panning out. And yet, who was I to complain? After a pleasant hour's drive through cranberry bog and farm country, through miles of orchards and the intoxicating odor of the peach blossoms, I pulled into the quiet little town of Malaga. Population, I'd say around 500. First stop, the post office.
Dr. Merrill? Yeah, sure. You go back the way you came, about a mile, till you see the name Wampus Bung.
Wampus what?
Wampus means cat. Bung, bungalow. Wampus Bung.
Yeah.
Yeah, the doctor and the professor got the fourth cottage beyond it. White one with a fence around it.
Yeah, good, thanks.
And if you don't mind, you can take their mail out to them. They haven't been in to pick it up for 5 days now.
Oh? Nothing wrong, is there?
Well, who'd know? The way those two keep to themselves. You'd think whatever they're working on was the atomic bomb.
Yeah, well...
Just to be sure, you let them know that you're at the gate now before you try to go through the fence.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
The professor sees you prowling around, he's liable to take a shot at you.
As I drove back and toward the edge of Little Malaga Lake, the idea of getting shot at by anyone living in this peaceful, quiet place seemed ridiculous. The lake itself, by the way, looked pretty inviting. And I made a mental note to come back here on my own sometime after the fishing season opened. As the postmaster had indicated, the fourth cottage beyond Wampus Bung was heavily fenced in, so I gave notice of my arrival. I'd barely left the car when the door of the little cottage opened.
Yes? Who is it?
Dr. Merrill?
Oh, yes.
My name is Dollar, sir. Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator.
Harry Branson?
Yes, sir, that's right. Harry Branson sent me down here to see you.
Oh, come in. I'm most glad to see you. Please, come into the house.
All right, thank you. Is, Professor Nash here?
In the laboratory, but please.
As he spoke, the sliding door in the garage at the side of the house opened. A rather swarthy man stepped out, quickly closed the door, and threw a heavy bolt on it. Then looked over toward us suspiciously.
Yes, because it's better that you and I talk in private, alone.
Doctor, who is that?
Oh, yes, Professor.
If we have a visitor, why do you not bring him here where we can both speak to him?
Oh, yes, of course. This is Mr. Johnny Dollar, Professor Theodore Nash.
Mr. Dollar?
How do, Professor? I'm from your insurance company. Just making a little routine checkup.
Oh, fine. I'm very glad to see you. As a matter of fact, I wish to talk with you. How do you do? Now, come into the laboratory.
Professor, do you think it wise?
Oh, of course, Doctor. Since he is not a man of science, I'm sure there is no harm in his seeing it. And you have an experiment going, remember?
But I wish to
Mr.
speak
Dollar,
to him alone.
within these four walls, the genius of Dr. Merrill and my own poor efforts are creating things that will startle the world.
Outside, the small building looked like an ordinary two-car garage, someone in need of paint and repair. But inside, it was immaculate and loaded with scientific equipment of all shapes and sorts and sizes. There were racks of test tubes, bottles of chemicals, beakers, a centrifuge, Machines and apparatus I'd never seen before, that I imagine much of the world never dreamed of. And all of it as neat as a pin, not so much as a stirring rod out of place.
Ah, look, Doctor. The polymerization step is almost complete.
Eh?
Now, you must continue with the molecular balance check immediately.
Oh, yes. And you must both leave me. This must not be seen by anyone.
We understand, Doctor. We understand.
I hope you will pardon me, Mr. Dollar.
Yes, of course, Doctor.
Oh, come, Mr. Dollar.
That's right. I will lock the door. Yes.
He does require privacy, doesn't he?
Yes.
Oh, hey, you're not going to bolt that door up.
Oh, of course not. Force of habit, I guess. Oh, it is he who keeps things locked so tightly when he is working, unnecessarily so. But then genius is permitted his idiosyncrasies, huh?
Harry Branson seems to think you two may be working on something to do with guided missiles.
Very perceptive man. But that is something we must not speak about. Now, why have you come here, Mr. Dollar?
Well, like I said, just a routine checkup. We usually do this when a sizable policy has changed.
Oh, there is something unusual about two men working together on important things, ensuring in each other's favor?
Well, no.
But when his daughter perhaps objects...
You know Dr. Merrill's daughter?
Oh, I know about her, and about her unfortunate marriage to that day laborer.
Nothing wrong with day labor, Professor.
Yeah, but one who waits for a great man like the doctor to die so that he can get his hands on the insurance money.
You think that's why his daughter objected to the change?
Of course. But his money will be used to further his work by me. And, of course, for the good of humanity.
I see. Well, how soon do you think the doctor will be through with his experiment?
An hour, perhaps two. And then he will call me in to assist him with the next, the crucial step. But now, about...
Look, why don't I run in town, arrange for a place to stay, grab a bite to eat, and then come back here, huh?
If you like. I'm sorry we have no room in the cottage.
No, don't give it a second thought. I'll see you later. Something of Harry Branson's hunch had passed on to me. A strange feeling about the whole setup. There was something wrong about both Merrill and Nash, particularly the latter. Something I couldn't quite put my finger on. Was Dr. Merrill afraid of Nash? I don't know. Item 2, $1 even for a quick bite in a little cafe along the highway after I'd made arrangements for a room for the night in a private home. It was not much over an hour later when I drove back to the little cottage by the lake. And then I heard it. Someone pounding on the door of the laboratory from the inside. Someone calling for help. Professor! But the lock's on the inside! Turn the lock! What? Hold here on the... Oh, what are you... Oh.
Oh, thank heaven.
Good Lord, Professor, what happened to you? You look like you've been run over by... Dr. Merrill.
Too late. Too late.
Professor, what happened here?
He beat me. Threw acid at me.
The doctor?
No, the man who... Then he killed the doctor with a gun. He killed him.
Who, Professor? Who?
I don't know.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment.
Democracy. To the many who have lived under tyranny, democracy comes as a guiding light, shining on a brighter future. That is because democracy stands for the establishment of government conceived from deep thought and free choice, rather than being based on accident and force. It is also normal that the free choice of a democratic government happens because people who choose their own government are directed by true interests in the welfare of mankind. Democracy has been proven to be mankind's greatest legacy of freedom.
Now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Clever Chemist Matter.
Expense account item 3, $10 for the services of one Dr. Frederick Foote, the only resident medico in the little town of Malaga, New Jersey. After pronouncing Dr. Walter Merrill dead, he took the badly beaten Professor Nash to his office clinic. While waiting for Nash to get in good enough shape to talk, I ran up item 4, 10 cents, phone call to the sheriff, who promised to come over as soon as he could enlist the aid of the nearby state police. Finally, Dr. Foote gave the word.
But I suggest you talk with him as little as possible, Mr. Dollar.
In pretty bad shape, huh, Dr. Foote?
The intruder not only beat him severely, but threw a bottle of acid in his face.
Oh?
Professor Nash will never have the use of his left eye again because of that nitric acid.
Has Nash said anything that might help us identify the assailant and killer?
No? Now, please don't talk with him too long. Professor?
Yes. Yes.
Hello, Professor.
Oh, Mr. Dollar. I will never see again with my left eye. He has told me.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
But the great Dr. Merrill, he is dead. What a loss.
Professor. Professor, tell me, did you see the man who attacked you?
Yes.
Can you describe him at all?
Yes, young, not more than 30, 5 feet, 6 or 8, very heavy,
yes,
stocky, and black curly hair.
Yeah?
Hands like working man, laborer.
Have you ever seen this man before?
No, I...
Oh, here. Some water.
Thank you.
Do you know why he came in and attacked you and Dr. Merrill?
No.
Was he after something there in the laboratory?
Only to kill Dr. Merrill. I tried to defend him.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dollar, but I think that's enough.
Yes, okay, Dr. Foote. I think I've heard enough. I managed to get back to the cottage by the lake before the police arrived and came up with one very damning piece of evidence. In one of the bedrooms, I found a picture of a wedding couple. It was inscribed, "Love to the dearest father in the world." And next to the bride stood a man who answered perfectly the description Professor Nash had just given me. The husband of Dr. Merrill's daughter, Howard Harding. And then I thought of what Nash had said about Harding. His antagonism, his conviction that Harding was the one who resented the change in the insurance policy. But there was something else, too. That had happened when I talked with Nash in the doctor's office that... By the time I got back to the laboratory, the sheriff and state police arrived. The sheriff, I'm afraid, mussed up any prints that might have been left on the bottle of acid. However, in the weeds outside, a state trooper found the pistol, a .38 caliber Luger that had killed Dr. Merrill. Fingerprints had apparently been wiped off, but the gun was carefully... Fingerprints. Before taking off on a mad dash back to Philadelphia, I stopped at Dr. Foote's and picked up one water tumbler. Item 5, $3.70 for a tank full of gas. Item 6, 50 cents. Parking in Philadelphia as close as possible to Harry Branson's office.
John, what have you found out about Dr. Merrill?
Harry, he's dead.
Well, oh, dear.
Now listen, write down the address of Mr. and Mrs. Howard Harding for me.
His daughter, does she...
No, she doesn't know yet, and I hope I can avoid telling her before I write it down, will you, man?
Well, yes, of course,
Take this. Don't unwrap it, but see that it gets to Ray Kemper at the Federal Bureau, fast. I'll check with him about it later, thanks.
But, now, John...
Harry, this is one time this expense account of mine is going to save you a lot of money. I think. I don't know how many red lights I skipped on the drive out to West Philadelphia, but I felt like a hound dog in a hot scent. The home of Mr. and Mrs. Howard Harding turned out to be in a nice, quiet residential area. I was met at the door by the girl in the wedding picture, a tall, very nice-looking blonde in her late 20s.
Oh, yes?
Mrs. Harding?
I'm Terry Harding.
Well, I'm Johnny Dollar from your father's insurance company.
Oh, good. Come in. Perhaps you can help me make him do something about that policy of his.
Well, that isn't exactly...
Someone has poisoned Daddy's mind, Mr. Dollar.
Oh? What do you mean?
Well, it isn't that I need the money if Daddy dies, which heaven forbid.
No. It doesn't exactly look as though you do.
Well, of course we don't. Howard's been doing so wonderfully at Colonial Aviation.
Yes, apparently. And I'd had a notion he was just a laborer or something.
Oh, dear, no. That's what Daddy called him because he wasn't too fond of Howard. And that is the way Howard started before we were married, but now he's one of the officers of the company.
Where is he, Mrs. Harding?
Well, as a matter of fact, I thought you were Howard when you drove up just now. He's been fishing.
Fishing?
On some little lake over in Jersey. He goes every Saturday all by himself.
Malaga Lake?
No, Malaga's where Daddy was. Mm-hmm. He and that...
That what, Mrs. Harding?
Well, I don't know. It's Howard, I guess.
What do you mean?
Howard has never liked or trusted him, even though they've never actually met. When Daddy changed his insurance to name that professor, there is something wrong about that man, Mr. Dollar.
What, Mrs. Harding?
I don't know. Daddy always worked alone until he came along. Daddy's such an alert, bright-eyed little busybody in spite of his age.
Your father...
Like a cute little wound-up spring, hopping about like a...
Mrs. Harding.
Yes?
Mrs. Harding, when I saw your father...
You've seen Daddy. Well, then you know what I mean.
He was tired, almost in a daze. He spoke with difficulty.
Oh, no, you're mistaken. He chatters away like a jaybird. What is it, Mr. Dollar?
Well, he must have been doped. He looked as though...
Hi, honey. Well, I'm just as lousy a fisherman as usual. Not a single... Oh, excuse me.
Mr. Harding, just tell me one thing.
Well, that depends. Who are you?
Mr. Dollar's from the insurance company, darling.
Not Johnny Dollar.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I've certainly heard of you. Tell me...
No, you tell me, Harding. Where have you been?
Why, fishing.
Where?
Over in Jersey.
Where in Jersey?
Little private lake.
Where?
Over near Mount Holly. One place I know of where nobody else ever goes, where I can get rid of the cobwebs at my job. Hey, wait a minute, Dollar. What is this?
Harding, you've been identified as the man who murdered Dr. Walter Merrill.
What?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Harding. I'm sorry, but it's true.
What are you talking about, Dollar?
You didn't know about it?
Of course not. How could I? Where did it happen? How?
At his place in Malaga.
Oh.
Professor Nash. I'll kill that man.
You'll take it easy. You seem to forget that so far you're the only suspect in the case.
You're out of your mind. If it was anybody, it was that Nash. Never have trusted that man. And the insurance policy. If anybody killed Dr. Merrill, it was that professor.
Now listen to me. Nash was with Dr. Merrill when he was killed there in his laboratory.
Of course he was.
But Nash was attacked also, beaten, acid thrown at him. He lost the sight of one eye because of it.
And I tell you... You're sure?
Yes, of course I'm sure. It was I who found him. Nash beating against the inside of the door of that laboratory crying for help. A door that was bolted on the outside.
But, Dollar, You're sure of that?
I'm sure.
Well, I still think... Oh, Terry, I'm sorry, honey. Here, let me...
Howard, so terrible.
Better answer that phone, Howard.
Yeah. Hello? Yes? Oh, yes. It's, for you, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, thanks.
Terry, dear, come on. You've got to pull yourself together.
$70.
Right.
John, this is Harry Branson. I just received a call from Mr. Kemper at the Federal Bureau.
Yes.
He says he must see you immediately.
Call him back, Harry. Tell him I'll be there in 15 minutes. Harding, just to keep things straight, I wouldn't leave this house if I were you.
Well, now, wait a minute,
Just
Dollar.
sit tight. I think you're in the clear. More red lights got passed up on my way into the Philadelphia offices of the Bureau. So Ray Kemper felt that whatever he'd found was important. If so, it would back up one of my suspicions. But in view of the circumstances, that bolted door in the laboratory, for instance, how could it?
Important is putting it mildly, Johnny.
The prints you found on the water glass, Ray.
3 sets. 1, yours.
Yeah, well, naturally.
2, Dr. Frederick Foote, who is currently practicing medicine.
I know, in the town of Malaga, New Jersey. That's where the glass came from.
Oh, but the 3rd set of prints.
Yes.
I had to go into the international file for them. And Johnny...
Nash? Theodore Nash?
Nash. Nashevsky.
What?
Fyodor Nashevsky, chemist from one of our not-so-friendly countries.
Huh?
Expert on explosives. At one time, he was thought to have attempted to enter this country. That was in 1940.
Ray, have you got any pictures on him?
Plenty. From the time he was a kid. Here. Tell me how you picked up these prints.
The beard in this picture. That looks like him, all right. Yeah, this too, with a shaved head. Almost as though he tried to keep changing his appearance.
Johnny...
Oh, wait a sec. This picture of him as a youngster, this eye patch on his left eye.
Our dossier is pretty complete. He was quite an athlete until he injured that eye.
But it doesn't show in these other pictures, and he hasn't a glass eye.
No, his eye always looked perfectly natural. But now, Johnny, if you have information...
Ray, this has done it for me, thanks.
Hey, now, just a
I'll
minute.
see you.
Hey, Johnny! This is Kemper. Give me a man to tail Johnny Dollar.
All the way back to Malaga, New Jersey, I hoped my rental car would hold together. It did, in spite of the fact I pushed it all the way. International intrigue is a bit out of my line, but this time, so help me, I was beginning to feel like an FBI man. I stopped at State Police headquarters along the way, and according to them, Nash was off the hook. Not only because of the acid thrown in his face, but even more important, because of my own testimony that I'd found them locked in that laboratory. I stopped again at the lab. Nothing. Then back to Dr. Foote's office.
Very well, Mr. Dollar. When they arrive, I'll insist that they wait for you.
All right, thanks, Doctor. Well, Professor, you're sitting up.
Oh, have they found anything, Mr. Dollar? Have they found the man who attacked us and killed poor Dr. Merrill?
Professor, I think I have.
Oh?
But tell me something.
Yes, of course.
Your government doesn't pay you very well, does it?
Merrill and I were not working for the government, Mr. Dollar. Although, of course, the results of our work...
I'm talking about your government, your own real boss.
I do not understand.
No doubt it's very much interested in anything this country develops in the line of guided missiles, that sort of thing.
Mr. Dollar.
Now, let me go on. Merrill was doing important work. Stuff that would be of great value to any country in the world.
Of course.
Your country would have paid you well for the results of his work. But, brother, they'll never get it.
I do not know what you are talking
Money,
about.
the loot from Merrill's insurance, sure. Sure, it was enough to get you out of here after you'd gained the knowledge you need of Merrill's work.
See here, Dollar.
After you'd killed him, before he could give to his country, the United States, what he'd invented.
You are a fool. I was beaten.
The poor old man put up a pretty stiff fight, didn't he?
Do you think I would have done this to myself?
You gave yourself away earlier when you reached out for a glass of water I handed you right here in this room. A man who'd lost his sight in one eye would have lost his aim until he got used to it. Funny, though, it didn't come to me until
You
later.
are mad.
You haven't seen out of that left eye since you were a kid.
I tell you, you are mad.
And a little acid burn to make it look like somebody had thrown it at you would be well worth the alibi it gave you. Fyodor. That's right, Fyodor Nashevsky.
Listen to me. You were the one who found us locked in, the door bolted from the outside. You found us.
Yeah, also the cord, the string you used to pull the bolt to. That you looped over the bolt and pulled after you got inside.
You couldn't have. I dropped it in a vat of acid.
Yeah. Thanks. I was bluffing, but I made a lucky guess.
What?
Oh, what a brain. Nashevsky, I'm sure glad you're not working on our side. The capsule he fished out of his pocket never got to his mouth. And I'm afraid he won't see very well out of his other eye for a while. My knuckles still hurt. And it was lucky for him that the police arrived. I'm afraid I don't like guys like him. Expense account total, including all the incidentals I could think of, and transportation back to Hartford, $84.35. Remarks? Well, don't beef on this one, Harry. The criminal, in spite of being the named beneficiary, doesn't get paid. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a real close look at a little-known but very dramatic side of Hollywood. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood. It is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote tonight's story. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Harry Bartell, Howard McNear, Forrest Lewis, Jack Crucian, Russell Thorson, Frank Gersel, and Bob Bruce. Musical supervision is by Amerigo Marino. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Johnny Dollar.
This is Peter Hardy at Tri-Western Property and Casualty Insurance.
Hi, how are things in the Golden West? You still in Reno?
Sure I am.
Good boy. What goes, Pete?
A little trouble with a big dairy farm out here, Johnny. Armenian Dairy.
Okay, Pete, tell me all.
A year and a half ago in a fire, Armenian lost one of his silos. You know, one of those big towers where they store and cure a lot of chopped up corn and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Cost us $21,000.
$21,000 for a silo?
This time it's a compound silo, and the claim is for $56,000.
Oh.
But I don't want to pay it.
I don't blame you.
Sure, because, Johnny, I think it was arson.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-Western Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Reno, Nevada office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the doubtful dairy matter. Expense account item 1, $141.20. Transportation and incidentals, Hartford to Reno, Nevada. It was about 9 a.m. when I arrived, so I checked into the Mapes Hotel, then walked over to Pete Hardy's office.
Armenian Dairies is just north of here, Johnny, in Warm Springs Valley off Route 33.
Well, then I'd better rent me a car.
Or you can use mine.
Now, Pete. How can I run up my expense account unless I have something to run it up with?
Johnny, for once...
Uh-uh.
Anyhow, the reason why these silos Armenian has are so expensive...
Is that the owner's name, by the way?
Yes, Aram Armenian.
And I take it he's Armenian?
Strangely enough, no. Now, he's had all his silos very specially built.
Oh, how specially can you build a silo? Just a concrete base, a lot of long wooden staves to get the circular shape, and a good roof on top.
Well, he has some trick with them inside.
Like what?
That's his deep, dark secret. But he claims it makes better silage for his cattle than is possible anywhere else in the world.
And one of these things burned up a year and a half ago.
The word exploded best describes it. Yeah. And as I said, cost us $21,000.
And now the replacement has gone up in flames.
Yes, day before yesterday. He filed the claim the same day.
Well, why do you suspect arson? Did the local authorities find anything suspicious?
No, but you go out and talk with Armenian, Johnny. And if you don't end up with the same kind of feeling I have, well, I'll leave my shirt.
Expense account item 2, $50, deposit on a drive-your-own car. Finding the Armenian Dairy and Ranch some 20 miles north of the city was easy. It was spread out all over the countryside. Hundreds of acres of well-irrigated, lush green pastures. Square in the middle of the ranch sat one of the cleanest, most modern dairies I ever saw. Aram Armenian gave me the grand tour, and I must say I was impressed. There was close to 200 well-kept Guernseys in the main barn, which was clean as a whistle. The milking machines, coolers, separators, clarifiers, and so on were the same. Yep, a prosperous-looking setup. Finally, Mr. Armenian took me out to where a small group of workmen were cleaning up what was left of his compound silo.
As you can see, Mr. Dollar, only the concrete base is left.
That must have been a pretty big silo, Mr. Armenian.
That's the largest and most efficient in the entire West.
Still, $56,000.
Oh, the size had nothing to do with that. It was the inner construction, known only to Barnwell, the man who built it for me, and to myself, of course.
Well, what was so special about it?
Principally a method of venting.
Venting?
Yes, it increases the phosphorus and lactic acid content.
Well, I thought the point in a silo was to keep it pretty well sealed up.
Venting within, Mr. Dollar. But that's all I'll tell you about it. It cost me $56,000 to have Barnwell build it. And I wish the company to pay my claim as quickly as possible, because I'm starting construction on a new one immediately.
Of the same type?
Oh, vastly improved type.
Oh, then it was to your advantage to lose the old one.
Just what do you mean by that?
Your loss came at just the right time, didn't it?
Now, just a minute, Dollar.
With the insurance money, you can build a new and better one. And when it gets out of date, I suppose you'll have another fire.
Oh, I see. You think perhaps these last two were deliberately set?
Were they?
Ridiculous.
Is it?
But if they were...
Yeah?
If they were, I certainly wouldn't know it.
Oh, come on now. After what you've just said...
And what's more, Mr. Dollar, I'm sure you'll never be able to prove it. Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
We sometimes wonder, what is the life of a human being really worth? Not too much? Or maybe a great deal? Does it depend on whose life it is? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain. Fred Hargesheimer, since World War II, has felt that his life is worth quite a lot of gratitude. During the war in the Pacific, about June of 1943, Lieutenant Hargesheimer had his P-38 fighter plane shot out of the sky. Badly wounded, he bailed out over a tiny island, New Britain. It looked pretty small from where he hit the silk, but he found it much bigger when he hit the ground. It was bigger, and in complete control of the enemy. But Hargesheimer was lucky. After a month of lonely hiding, he was found by a group of friendly natives from the village of Nantambu. They cared for him and successfully hid him from enemy patrols for the next 4 months at the risk of their own lives. Then Hargesheimer was able to make it back to civilization. For the next 17 years, Fred Hargesheimer thought about those wonderful people of Nantambu. 12,000 miles away in the United States of America, Hargesheimer put a great plan into effect. He made speeches, took up collections, sold jewelry belonging to his family, and worked out a way to bring a bit of civilization and happiness to the little village of Nantambu. Needless to say, the villagers gave him a spectacular welcome upon his return. Fred Hargesheimer showed his gratitude to the people who had saved his life. But life is worth little without freedom, the right of all men, everywhere.
And now, Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the doubtful dairy matter.
Why, what he said and the way he said it. Aram Aminian was practically challenging me to find out how arson was involved in the destruction of his $56,000 secretly constructed compound silo. Expense account item 3 phone call from a gas station on Highway 33 to Reno Police Headquarters. But Lieutenant Brady of the arson squad assured me he'd failed to find anything indicating the fire was set. So dead end. Until I remembered a little trick that had worked for me before and might work again. Item 4, 27 cents for a loaf of white bread at a grocery store along the highway. Then I drove back to the Aminian Ranch.
If I'd known you were hungry, Mr. Dollar, I should have had something provided for you at the ranch house, in spite of your rather nasty attitude about this loss of mine.
Food is the last thing I'm thinking of, Mr. Aminian.
Well, then why this loaf of bread, if you're not... Whoop!
Now, let's see.
Oh, now, surely you're not going to eat the piece that dropped in the ashes.
No. No.
Well, then get it out of your mouth, man.
Well, mm-hmm.
Whatever in the world are you doing, Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, I knew it.
You knew what?
A sure test for kerosene, Mr. Aminian.
What?
Yeah, fresh bread dropped in the ashes of a fire even days after the fire is out.
I don't understand.
I can still taste the kerosene. And, mister, it makes things look pretty bad for you.
Me? Oh, good heavens, man, you can't... Dollar, I resent this completely unfounded accusation.
Go right ahead and resent. Or better still, let me get hold of a stenographer and you can dictate a confession.
Get out of here.
Want to do it the hard way, huh?
Get off this ranch, Dollar. Now leave. Immediately.
Sure.
I warn you, don't come back. Because if you do...
Better be careful, Mr. Aminian. The kind of a threat you're about to make wouldn't sound very good in court.
Get out. Get out!
Out on the highway, I stopped at the mobile gas station again and made another phone call. Item 5, another 20 cents. It was to my old friend Herb Carlbert, cashier of Reno's Farm Trade National Bank. It was past closing time, but he promised to leave a door open for me. So I grabbed a sandwich and a Coke along the way. That's item 6, 80 cents, including tip. Then at the bank, Herb led me back to his private office.
Oh, sit down, Johnny. Tell me all about yourself.
Yeah, later, Herb. We'll go out on the town and talk our heads off. Right now, I need some information. I hope you can tell me where to get it.
Oh? Information about what?
The Aminian Dairy, or better still, Aminian himself. You know him?
Oh, I certainly do. We're his bank. His happens to be one of the best accounts we have, especially in our investment department.
You mean it's big?
Plenty big.
Like how much?
Well, now, Johnny, I'll tell you this. If I had a quarter of his net worth, I'd have retired long ago.
No big outstanding debts on his place? Anything like that?
Not a penny. Aram's financial condition is as... Now, wait a minute.
Yeah?
That fire and explosion of his compound silo?
Yeah, that's right. Herb, I found evidence indicating arson.
Well, certainly aren't accusing him.
Who else?
Oh, no, you're wrong.
Oh, now look, Herb, he filed that claim so fast.
The most natural thing in the world for him. It's the way he does everything, like paying his bills immediately on receipt. He works that way. He expects everybody else to.
Well, he gave me the impression he wanted to collect quickly in order to have money for rebuilding.
Of course. Rather than cash in some of this blue chip investments.
Herb, somebody fired that silo.
Well, it certainly wouldn't be Aaron.
You sound like you're in cahoots with him. What about his employees? From my impression of the man...
They love him like a father. Every one of them. And if every employer was as generous as he is, there wouldn't be any labor troubles in this country.
Well, the fact remains that somebody somehow stood to profit by destroying that silo, and the one before it.
Well, I can't imagine who. Even his competitors like and respect the man.
Oh, so they say.
No, they do. He's helped them stay on their feet during hard times, develop new ideas and methods, then pass them on to them.
Oh, the fact remains...
Look, Johnny, I've had a rough day. How about a nice, cool, casual drink? Then we'll have dinner and take in the town.
Item 7, 2130, for drinks and a good dinner back at the Mapes. But I didn't enjoy either. Because Herb in his defense of a median was no help at all. Except perhaps for giving me a list of all the people he could think of who did business with him. I decided to check them all first thing in the morning. Finally, about midnight, having lost our share at a couple of nearby gambling clubs, we parted. Herb drove away to his home on the outskirts of town. I went back to the Mapes.
Take Mr. and Mrs. Kenworthy to room 314, boy. Yes, sir. What's your... Oh, Mrs. Ollie.
Just my key, please.
Certainly, sir. Here you are, sir. And I hope you enjoy a pleasant night's rest.
Thanks.
Oh, by the way, there was a gentleman here looking for you early this evening. Hung around quite a while. Said he'd be back.
Oh, who was he?
He didn't give his name, sir, nor did he wish to leave a message.
Mr. Armenian?
Mr. Armenian the dairyman? Oh, no, sir. I'm quite sure.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, sir.
Good night.
Good night, sir. Oh, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah?
There he is. There.
Huh?
Going out the door, the dark brown coat.
You're sure?
Yes, sir, the same man. I wonder.
Yeah, so do I.
But if he knows you, sir, and thought you...
By the time I got out the front door, the man in the brown coat was halfway down the block and walking fast. Faster and faster, as a matter of fact, as I gained on him. He turned the corner, and by this time, both of us were running. Hey! Hey! Were you looking for me? By the end of 3 or 4 blocks, it was a real foot race. Then suddenly he turned into an alley, and like a darn fool, I plunged into the darkness of it after him. Hey! Hey! Right here! Oh, no, you... Oh!
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Our flag now numbers 50 stars, and behind each star there stands yet another flag representing one of the 50 states. New Hampshire state flag carries its state seal on a field of dark blue. The seal is surrounded by a wreath of laurel leaves, the symbol of peace, interspersed with 9 stars because New Hampshire was the 9th state to join the Union. The heart of the state seal is a representation of the frigate Raleigh, recalling the glory of the early days of sail. New Hampshire state flag, the flag of the 9th state to enter the Union, was adopted on April 29, 1931.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Doubtful Dairy Matter.
If it hadn't been for a big interstate moving van that drove into the alley where I'd been waylaid, well, I have a strong hunch I wasn't supposed to have lived through that beating. The truck driver, who absolutely refused a tip, incidentally, half walked, half carried me back to the Mapes. And the desk clerk had a doctor in my room within a few minutes.
Terrible thing, Mr. Dollar. You're being attacked like this. And, of course, I'll have to make a report of it to the police.
Oh, do anything you like, Doctor. Just get me patched up, will you?
And you, easy now. You have no idea who could have done this to you.
Believe me, I intend to find out.
Judging by this swollen hand of yours, you got in some good licks, though, and whoever...
What's the matter?
Well, this is a very unusual ring you're wearing.
Oh, some kids in the YMCA gave it to me a couple of years ago. I helped them with a softball team.
Oh, yes, of course. That's the Y insignia.
Yeah, one of them made it.
And the 3 raised points stand for spirit, body, and mind.
Yeah, that's right. Well, now, if you just... Oh, wait, what's that for?
Make sure you get plenty of rest.
Oh, no.
Now, I'm the doctor. Roll up your sleeve, please. Here, I'll do it.
Look, if this shot leaves me groggy in the morning...
You'll wake up feeling fine. There you are.
Incidentally, that ring... Listen, before you notify the police... Ooh, hey, this shot works pretty fast.
Yep. As I started to say, if that ring of yours didn't leave a mark on whomever you defended yourself against out there in the alley, I'll be very much surprised.
In a few seconds, I was out like a light. But then a whole set of weird dreams began to plague my somewhat battered mind. And questions about who had attacked me and why. Only the why was only too obvious to keep me from finding an arsonist who... who probably bore the mark of my ring on his kisser. I thought of the names Herb had given me and his insistence that none of them could be guilty. Wait a minute. There was one name he hadn't mentioned, but Armenian had. Of one man who stood to gain a lot by the destruction of the silos. Or maybe it was just a crazy hunch, part of the wild dreams that came from the beating I'd taken. In any event... In the morning, as soon as the bank was open, I was in Herb Carlbert's office again.
Well, yes, he has an account here, too, Johnny. And at least he did before.
How about loans? Has this man we're talking about taken out any loans?
Well, yes, but... Johnny, you know I...
Yeah, I know. The fact remains he's pretty hard up for dough, isn't he?
Well, I didn't say that. Although, of course, if that's the conclusion you choose to draw...
Tell me this. He owes the bank money now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
All right. Did he also owe the bank a lot of money about a year and a half ago?
Johnny.
Yeah. Well?
Johnny, you're right. But who would have suspected? And when you consider that Aram Armenian is the one man who has given him money for all the work he's... I can't believe it.
Herb, it started out as a pure hunch, but right now I'd bet my... Where can I find him?
Well, if Aram plans to go ahead with new construction,
Sure,
he's probably over.
Sure, out there at the dairy. You want to come along?
Well, maybe I'd better after the way Aram threatened you.
I guess I owe him an apology for the way I tore into him. Let's go.
Johnny.
Yeah?
What if we're wrong? What if this man we think is the arsonist...
Will you agree that the firebug is the same man who attacked me in the alley?
Well, I suppose so.
Then we'll soon know. Because believe me, he's a marked man. We made the Armenian dairy in 30 minutes flat, and we're told at the gate that Aram Armenian was in the pasteurizing plant.
Maybe you better let me talk to Aram first, Johnny.
Not Aram that I'm interested in, Herb, and you know it. Hold on just a minute.
Huh? What's the matter?
Hold it a second, will you, while I tie my shoelace?
Yeah, sure. I've been thinking, Johnny, on the way out, you know, we could really be terribly, terribly wrong.
Herbert, old man.
Aram, we're just looking for you.
Well, when I heard the car pull up, I thought it was Joe Barnwell. He's due here to show me final plans for the new silo he's going to. Oh, Mr. Dollar.
That's right, Mr. Armenian. I want to apologize for...
Well, what's the matter?
That dressing on your cheek.
What about it?
Just what is that little bandage hiding?
Johnny.
Well, Armenian?
As a matter of fact, I cut myself shaving this morning.
Well, I'm sorry, mister, but that bandage is going to have to come off.
Look, Johnny.
Now, just a minute, Dollar.
Ah, here you are, Aram. Here's the final blueprint for it.
Why, what's wrong, Joe? Oh, gentlemen, this is Mr. Joseph Barnwell, Herb Carlbert.
We know each other.
And Mr. Johnny Dollar.
Yeah. I think we know each other, too, Barnwell.
Oh, do we?
Joe, did you have an accident of some sort? Your face.
What's going to happen to him now won't be any accident, Mr. Armenian. And I apologize for doubting that you cut yourself with a razor.
What? I'm afraid I don't understand.
But that bandage on your face doesn't hide any razor cut, does it, Barnwell?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, then let's rip it off.
You certainly won't. What?
Good heavens, Johnny.
Yeah, look. The mark from the ring on my hand where I struck him last night. Okay, Barnwell.
Now stop. Don't touch me.
Start talking. Tell Armenian how you burned up his fancy, expensive silo so you could build another one. How you burned the other one up. Talk.
I swear I...
Talk. 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 Yeah, he talked all right, plenty. About a racket so old I hadn't heard of it in years. The crooked builder who burned out his own plans to get himself more work. And in this case, a natural, because he was the only one who shared Aram's secret construction plan. And by the time I was through with him, he blabbed about some of the other clients he'd taken the same way. Expense account total, including incidentals and the trip back to Hartford, $418 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star, Bob Bailey, will return in just a moment to give you a hint about what's in store for you on next week's program. Meantime, listen carefully.
There is a biblical verse which promises life is going to be better for everybody in the world when mercy and truth are met together and righteousness and peace have kissed each other. When the people of the United States of America express that thought, it is not in idleness, but in deeds. Today it is common knowledge that when the gigantic earthquakes and tidal waves struck the Republic of Chile in South America not too long ago, thousands of lives were lost and tens of thousands were left homeless, hungry and suffering. Immediate aid in the form of food, medicine, clothing, supplies, and professional and technical help were flown to Chile by the United States Air Force in a Mercy airlift. When the work was done and the suffering people made happier and more comfortable, American servicemen received such grateful thanks from the people of Chile that they felt increased pride in being able to wear the uniform of the United States of America. This same pride has come to other Americans in uniform when mercy and truth have come together to follow the wake of disaster in other parts of the world. After the earthquake in Agadir, Morocco, after 2 devastating cyclones swept across the Bay of Bengal into East Pakistan, after a typhoon rocked and battered Japan. As mercy and truth got together, so did peace and righteousness to form a pact for freedom, the right of all men everywhere.
And now, here is our star to tell you about next week's intriguing story on yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Next week, well, I get into cattle country again, and a Hereford steer solves the case for me. So join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood. It is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote tonight's story. Heard in our cast were Paul Dubois, Will Wright, John Daner, Harry Bartell, Parley Bear, and Forrest Lewis. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Coverly speaking.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Johnny Dollar.
Henry Bascom, Johnny, at Four State Insurance Company.
Well, hiya, Hank. It's been a long, long time.
Yeah, I know. Johnny, are you free to come down here and look into something for us?
Henry, as long as somebody pays my expense account, of course, a nice fat fee, I'll go anywhere.
Johnny, for once, you're not going to be able to pad that freewheeling expense account of yours.
Any bets? Why not?
Because the investigation I want you to make is right here in New York City.
Oh, well, there's always the fee to fall back on. How much?
Usual percentage of the face value of the policy.
Okay, only how big is the policy?
Johnny, hold your hat. It's about 200... Well, I mean, it's
what?
Just under
$200?
Johnny.
Listen, Hank, my cut on a policy as small as that wouldn't buy me a sandwich and a cup of coffee.
No, listen.
And I suppose you'll question every penny I put on the expense account.
Look, you didn't...
Why don't you just pay it off and save you and me and the company a lot of time, labor, and soap? What kind of a policy is it?
Straight lie.
Huh?
But listen, you didn't let me finish. The face value of this policy is a little under $200,000.
200... Oh?
Yeah. Well?
Hank, my buddy, my bosom pal. For an assignment like that, for the nice commission it's going to pay me, I'd walk to New York.
Only maybe you better grab a plane or a train instead.
Right, I'll be there.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Are you smoking more now, but enjoying it less? Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. The best tobacco makes the very best smoke. Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. Are you looking for flavor and mildness? Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. The best tobacco makes the very best smoke. Have a real cigarette, a real cigarette, a real cigarette, have a Camel.
If you're smoking more today, but enjoying it less, try Camels. The Camel blend of costly Turkish and domestic tobaccos has never been equaled for rich flavor, easygoing mildness, real smoking satisfaction every time you light up. The best tobacco makes the best smoke.
Have a real cigarette, a real cigarette, a real cigarette, have a Camel.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the 4-State Insurance Company, New York City office. The following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the evaporated clue matter. Expense account item 1, $5.25 for a taxi out to Bradley Field. Item 2, $13 even for a plane to New York and a limousine to Grand Central Station. Then I walked over to Henry's office at 500 Fifth Avenue at the corner of 42nd Street.
Oh, Johnny, you really made time. Sit down.
Yeah, thanks. That's because of the tempting offer you made to me over the phone. A policy worth $200,000.
$189,000 to be exact.
Straight line.
Mm-hmm.
On whom?
Mr. Jonathan R. Kenworthy.
Kenworthy?
Very, very wealthy. Retired some years ago after selling off the Kenworthy copper mills.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Been living here in New York for the past 20 years. Big fancy apartment overlooking the East River. 714 East 52nd Street.
Expensive neighborhood.
Oh, I told you he was loaded.
So what happened to him?
He was murdered, Johnny.
Oh?
Yeah.
And who's the beneficiary of this nice, juicy hunk of insurance?
His grandson, Carlton M. Kenworthy. And that's the answer to your next question, too.
Now, what do you mean by that? I was going to ask you if you or the police have any idea who might
have killed him.
Yeah, that's right.
And I told you, this young Carlton Kenworthy, his grandson, who is also the sole heir to all the rest of his estate.
Oh, no, wait a minute. That's a pretty strong accusation, Hank. You have any proof?
None whatsoever. Nor have the police.
But I take it you figured that Carlton had the motive and the opportunity.
And a perfect alibi.
Oh?
Yeah.
Then what makes you think he did it? And the police, too?
And the police, too.
Well?
Motive, Johnny. It's as simple as that.
All right, keep talking.
It's simply that nobody else in the world could possibly benefit by old Mr. Kenworthy's death.
Well, now, Hank...
Plus the fact that he had no enemies. None whatsoever, Johnny.
You sound pretty sure of that.
I am. I not only knew him, but I knew a great deal about him.
Oh, but after all, a man who's been head of a company as big as Kenworthy Copper Mills, you know, some disgruntled employee with some imaginary grievances.
Over 20 years ago?
Well...
But even if he'd only retired from that business last month, I'd still say no. Kenworthy was one of the best-loved men I've ever heard of. As for his employees, why, they're the ones he left the business to. He never had a strike, any other kind of labor troubles, despite the size of his plant, because he treated every one of his employees like one of his own kids. It sounds pretty unusual, Johnny, I know. But he was an unusual man.
Oh, I see. But now about this grandson, Carlton Kenworthy.
Well, about as useless a hunk of human being as I've ever seen.
How old is he?
Oh, 30, 32 or 3.
What's he do for a living?
Well, that's the point. He doesn't. Nor has he ever done anything. Despite the fine education, all the world travel his grandfather lavished, honey. Johnny, if you want a perfect definition of a playboy, I can give it to you in 3 words. Carlton Manson Kenworthy.
And he gets the whole estate as well as the insurance.
He's known in every nightclub on Manhattan Island. He and that Leach Allen something or other who pals around with him.
Allen?
Yeah, Barker or Baxter or something. Theaters, nightclubs, expensive restaurants, all the racetracks when they're open, wherever they're open. And they toss money around like confetti.
Where does Carlton get it?
From his grandfather, who's always sponging off.
What about this pal of his? It's Allen, whatever his name is.
Barker. That's his name, Alan Barker.
Well?
He sponges off Carlton. Oh, they're quite a pair, Johnny.
Well, did the grandfather approve of this kind of stuff?
I don't think he really knew what was going on. According to the old man's attorney, who was a friend of mine, he was led to believe that Carlton was investing in various business ventures. The point is, the boy needed money. And the surest way of getting it, plenty of it, was by having his grandfather dead.
Yeah, well, you've built up quite a case, Hank, but it still isn't enough to hang him, not by a long shot. Have the police been able to pin anything on him?
Not yet, apparently. I told you he has a perfect alibi.
When did it happen?
Last Tuesday.
Who's handling the police investigation?
Lieutenant Randolph Singer at the...
Randy Singer? Great. Randy just happens to be one of the best homicide men in this fair city of yours.
Well, he certainly hasn't
Hey,
impressed
listen,
me.
if they've got him working on it, and if you have got a case against Carlton Kenworthy, Hank, I'll see you later.
Where are you going, Johnny?
Over to see Randy Singer.
Sure, Johnny, I'm just as sure as your friend Hank at the insurance company.
Why, Randy?
Well, the way that boy played around. Cost him a fortune. Even more than his grandfather gave him.
You're sure of that?
What do you mean?
Well, the way I get it, Grandpa gave him plenty.
Yeah, but Carlton is up to his ears in debt. Every time the boys raid a plush gambling joint, there he is. He and that hanger-on of his, Alan Barker. Like peas in a pod, those two.
Then he probably welcomed the raids. Sure. Probably kept him from having to pay off some of his losses.
Yeah, he's still in up to his ears. And as long as he's the only one who could possibly benefit from Grandpappy's death, as long as we're sure that nobody else had any reason for killing him, and we are...
How and when and where was he killed?
Tuesday night in his apartment. He was struck on the back of the head with a heavy wrought iron poker from the fireplace. One good wallop, and he was done for.
Hank says that Carlton has an alibi.
Yeah, airtight. I checked it every way I can. From here, that is.
And where's your case against him?
But if you can break that alibi...
But, Randy, if you've checked it out...
I said from here. But if that company of yours will pay your expenses to Alaska...
Alaska?
That's right.
Oh, look, with such flimsy evidence...
Will you do it, Johnny?
But now listen,
Just
Randy...
to, let's say, to get me off the hook.
But I'm still not convinced that...
Johnny...
Okay, Randy, sure.
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Meet star Stuart Irwin.
Nothing's worse for an actor than a nasty cold. To feel better quickly, I take wonderful four-way cold tablets. The fast way to relieve cold distress.
Right. Tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
Take my advice. For your next cold, take four-way cold tablets. The fast way to relieve those cold miseries.
4-way, only 29 cents.
And now here's a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. To get rid of embarrassing dandruff in 3 minutes, change to Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair, rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch and embarrassing dandruff's gone. At the same time, Fitch can brighten hair up to 35%. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today. And now, Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the evaporated clue matter.
But why Alaska?
Because that's where Carlton Kenworthy says he was when his grandpappy was murdered.
Well, Randy, that ought to be easy enough to check out.
So I did, Johnny. He made the airline reservation. He was aboard the plane. He got the Juneau on Monday afternoon. He got himself a room at the Baronoff Hotel.
You checked out with the hotel?
By telephone.
Why was he up there?
Who knows? But the hotel says he was.
Well, what did he do with himself?
Apparently took in some of the night spots and flew on back here on Thursday morning. Checked him all the way through.
And his grandfather died on Tuesday.
Oh, Parker.
There's a report on that poker, Lieutenant.
Oh, good.
prints were pretty badly smudged, but they managed to nail down a couple of them.
Oh? Whose? Yeah, look at this, Johnny.
Yes, sir. One print from the deceased
And a couple made by Carlton Kenworthy.
Yes, sir.
And why not, Lieutenant?
What? Kenworthy?
After all, as I told you several times, I've often made up the fire for my grandfather there in his apartment. So is there any reason why my fingerprints shouldn't be on that poker that was used to kill him?
Hmm?
He's got a point there, Randy.
Well, listen.
Of course I have.
The fact remains...
And didn't this officer say the prints of both myself and my grandfather were badly smudged?
Yes.
So, whoever did it wiped off his own prints and part of ours.
Quite possible, Randy.
The fact remains,
The fact
Kenworthy.
remains that I was in Alaska when my grandfather was murdered.
Why, Carlton?
Just a little trip, a little fun, just... Who are you?
Johnny Dollar, investigator for the insurance company.
Well, Dollar, I certainly hope you can accomplish more than these stupid police have. Of all the stumbling, bumbling... Well,
That's all, Parker.
Yes, sir.
well, Lieutenant, that silly look on your face.
Because I think you killed him. Because you're the only one with any reason.
But I didn't, of course. How could I?
Hey, tell me this, Carlton.
I'll tell you anything I can, Mr. Dollar, if you'll get this incompetent flatfoot off my neck.
Kenworthy.
And, of course, help to solve the murder of my poor, sweet, kind old grandfather.
Okay. Did you make that trip to Alaska alone?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, thanks.
That's all?
That's all. For now.
Very well. And will you keep me advised, Lieutenant, if by some stroke of luck you should happen to make some progress for a change?
Get out, Kenworthy.
Gladly.
Just be sure you stay around, that you don't leave town.
Don't be silly, Lieutenant. Why should I?
Johnny, so help me, if I...
Okay. Just give me one thing, Randy. An address.
Huh?
Yeah. I could see why Randy'd harbor no love for Carlton Kenworthy. His attitude there at headquarters got under my skin, too. Expense account item 3, $1 even for a cab to Alan Barker's apartment. And I saw immediately why Randy had said they were like two peas in a pod, despite the fact Carlton was a good deal huskier. They were so much alike, I wondered if there was some blood relationship.
Hardly, Mr. Dollar. We're simply good friends, that's all. Our tastes are alike in liquor and women. We like to do the same things, and... well, that's why we get along so well together, why we're known as the inseparables.
Alan, did you know that Carlton was going to Alaska?
I certainly did. I drove him to his plane on Monday, and on Thursday I met his return flight and drove him back to his flat. Missed him like the very devil, incidentally.
You keep a car here in the city?
In the garage down in the basement.
What did you do while he was away?
Felt terribly at loose ends, but then I had my car washed and greased and took a long trip.
Oh, when?
I left Monday evening.
Where'd you go?
Oh, I drove several hundred miles. Took little side roads and byways that probably aren't even on the map.
Think perhaps you could retrace your route?
Good heavens, no. Oh, I did end up somewhere near Albany before starting back Wednesday morning.
Uh-huh. Did you stay in Albany?
My memory's a bit vague, Mr. Dollar, but I'm quite sure I didn't.
Well, where did you stay over?
Well, this may sound fantastic to you.
Where?
But I haven't the least idea. I took a couple of bottles with me. And they, coupled with the fact I was in completely unfamiliar country, and that at night one little roadside motel looked as good as any other, well, I just don't know.
You know, you make things sound pretty bad for yourself, Alan.
I beg your pardon?
Considering the way you've been sponging off Carlton Kenworthy, well, offhand, I'd say you had as much reason to want his grandfather out of the way as he did.
I beg your
And without a very good explanation of your whereabouts at the time of the murder.
Now, look here, Dollar.
But you know something? I don't think you have enough guts to have made those lily white hands of yours wield that poker.
Horrid thought.
And yet, on the other hand...
Well, yes, Dollar?
As an accessory.
Accessory?
That's right. I'll see you later, Alan.
Now, look here.
Just don't leave town. Carlton? Possibly. Alan? Well, I don't know. I don't pretend to be an expert judge of character. But I'd swear that Alan wasn't capable of killing a man. And yet, as Randy had said, unless we could somehow break Carlton's alibi. And then I got an idea. It would take time. It would be expensive. But with $189,000 of insurance involved, yeah, I decided to take a flyer. Stick my neck out all the way.
We'll return to yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in exactly 1 minute.
Constipation is something people don't talk about much, but it can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, as close to natural acting as possible, and a medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because pleasant-tasting chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is gentle. Next morning, it gives you the closest thing to natural action. And that's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity, gently, overnight. Is X-Lax in your medicine cabinet?
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account item 4, $489.54. That's a round-trip plane ticket to Juneau, Alaska, by way of Seattle, Washington. It wasn't until we got there that I suddenly realized I'd been pretty stupid. In spite of the fact that Alan looked very much like him, I should have taken along a picture of Carlton Kenworthy. And certainly I should have taken along a set of his fingerprints for comparison with any I might be able to pick up. Or even a sample of his handwriting. But I didn't, so I'd have to work things out the best I could. Item 5, $10 for miscellaneous taxi fares. Item 6, $10 for a room at the Baranoff Hotel. And yes, I get the same story Randy Singer had about Carlton's having been there, having spent plenty of time at the bar and the bubble room, at nightclubs all over the town. But then it was item 7, $8.50 for some drinks and dinner in the main dining room that finally did the trick. Yeah, that pointed out the one small, seemingly insignificant way in which I could either prove or disprove Kenworthy's alibi. Believe me, seldom has the solution of a murder case hung on such a slender thread. Anyhow, less than 36 hours after I'd left New York, I was back at Idlewild Airport. Item 8, 10 cents for a phone call to Randy Singer. Item 9, $7.50 for a fast taxi into 18th Precinct headquarters.
Johnny, where you been anyway?
Did you get in touch with Carlton?
He's right here in my office.
Good boy, Randy. Well, hello, Carlton.
Ungodly hour to drag a man out of bed and over here.
Yeah, have a bad night of it?
Al and I did do the town a bit. Have you found some lead, I believe you call it, on the killer of my grandfather?
Yeah, maybe.
Do you mind if I sit down?
Maybe you'd better. Where were you when your grandfather was murdered?
Why, I've told you, Juneau, Alaska.
You know Alaska pretty well?
I know nothing about it. This is my first trip and a very brief one.
You stayed at the Baranoff Hotel?
That's right. Check with him, and you'll find I was there on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Did you eat there at the hotel?
My dinners, yes. But I fail to see what that...
Just answer my questions, will you, please?
Why not?
Okay, now. Monday night. Cocktails in the bubble room?
That's right. But what difference could that possibly...
And, what did you have for dinner?
Now, that's a stupid question.
Yeah? But if I can prove you weren't where you say you were when your grandfather was killed...
If you can, Dollar, and I know that you can't, but if you could, I would gladly confess to this murder, regale you with gruesome details, tell you anything you like.
Wise guy.
I asked you what you had for dinner Monday night there at the Baranoff.
Oh, I see. You think if I say I had something that wasn't on the menu that
Just
night...
answer my question.
Or perhaps you'll check to see if the dinner was put on my bill, so I'd have to sign for it, leave a sample of my handwriting. But I paid cash for everything.
I asked about your dinner. Well?
Dollar, of all the asinine, idiotic... Shrimp cocktail, a salad, a steak, and some coffee.
Get that stuff anywhere.
But now, Dollar...
Mike?
What?
The coffee.
Really, if this is detective work, if this nonsensical questioning...
Well?
No, Mr. Dollar. I had my coffee with cream and sugar.
Oh, you ordered cream?
I used the cream that was on the table. Look here now, of all the silly, absurd, childish...
Cream was on the table?
Of course it was.
Real cream?
Yes, and the sugar was real sugar.
That's beside the point.
But what you hope to gain by all this, stupid... Oh, you mean you solved this heinous crime without knowing about the sugar, little boy?
That's right. Because you'd already told me you were never there.
What?
Because Alan went up there instead, didn't he? Using your name to establish an alibi for you.
Now, what miraculous deduction leads you
Because of your certainty about that cream on the table.
Of course I'm certain. Doesn't any decent restaurant put cream on the table?
No, not up there.
What?
What's that, Johnny?
But he didn't tell me that.
I don't know why, Randy. Maybe no big dairy farms yet. Maybe just plain habit. Maybe they like it better.
Dollar, how did you find out
But
about
on every table, even in the best places, you'll find no cream. But a little can of evaporated milk. Like to check on it?
Well, I'll be doggone.
It was Alan. Did Alan tell you that? Did Alan give me away because he thought he could get the money if I knew he was my friend only because of the money I could give him, but listen, he's as guilty as I am, Mr. Dollar.
Is he?
Of course he is, because he helped me kill my grandfather. Well, isn't he? I'll prove it. I'll prove I couldn't have killed him without his help. Do you hear me, Dollar? Do you hear me?
You think that's going to help you in court? Believe me, if I were to put down all I think about the Alan Barkers and Carlton Kenworthys and all the rest of that rotten... why bother? What's the use? Expense account total, including incidentals, the trip back to Hartford, $574 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star with a word or two about next week's program.
And a welcome to a couple of more stations that have joined us. WBRK in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and WKNY over in Kingston, New York. We're glad to have you with us. And man, how this network grows and grows. As for next week, well, I wonder just how you'd feel sitting on top of a nuclear explosive device, knowing the darn thing may go off any second and blow you to kingdom come. I know how I feel. And I'll tell you all about it on my program next Sunday, as usual, right here on the CBS radio station that brings you all the best in programming. The story's a real cliffhanger, and I'm sure you'll like it. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Harry Bartell, Herb Vigran, Carlton G. Young, Herb Ellis, and Jack Edwards. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cumberly speaking.
Suspense follows on the CBS Radio Network.
Better buys are your reward. At Orange Motors for a Ford. Get your orange guarantee from the largest dealer in Albany.
In the heart of Auto Row, Orange is the place to go.
Orange Motors has the parts that's true, plus 44 years of experience too. Orange Motors, if you're wise, for better service, better price.
It's easy to have a new Ford Falcon in your garage. Orange Motors has an excellent choice of Falcons in all colors, automatic or standard shift, 2-doors or 4-door. For a nominal down payment, you can own a Ford Falcon for as low as $50 a month. Think of it, a new Ford Falcon for only $50 a month. Want one? Come to Orange Motors in Albany.
Better Ford buys, used or new, at 799 Central Avenue. Orange Motors, if you're wise, for better service, better price.
Radio 59 WROW, first on the dial in Albany, Troy, and Schenectady.
Johnny Dollar.
Told him to drive carefully, and he usually does. But a few minutes ago, on WSPB, when I heard the radio news report...
Huh?
Well, it was about a man who was found dead in his car on the edge of a swamp.
Oh? Well, maybe that
The
explains
radio
why...
said he was found just off the Tamiami Trail, somewhere south of here. I don't know exactly where.
Oh, and you think maybe that's what he went out to see about, huh?
No, listen, unidentified, they said. The man, I mean. But the car, the description of the car, it was exactly like Earl's.
Well, so what? Now, take it easy, Mike. First you call WSPB.
I did. Only they didn't know any more than they said in the news report.
Okay, then call them again. Ask them where they got that story. Whatever news service they got it from knows where it came from, what police department. Or maybe they got it from the police direct.
All right, Johnny, I'll phone them again.
Sure. And when you get the information, you can call the police direct.
Yes, I'll do it. I'm sorry I sounded so upset.
Oh, well, just stop worrying. But go ahead and put through that call to the station anyway. Meantime, I'll find out how soon I can get a plane down there.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. Attention Earl Poorman at the Tri-State Life and Casualty Company, Sarasota, Florida. The following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the false alarm matter. Expense account item 1, $79.60, taxi and a plane out of Hartford. Flight connections were perfect. The trip was easy, and by mid-afternoon I was at the Poorman home on St. Armand's Key in Sarasota.
Johnny, oh, you sweet guy.
Okay, now, Mike, you better tell me what you learned when you called back to that station.
Oh, Johnny, I'm so sorry. I don't know what got into me, being so worried about him.
You mean that Earl is okay?
But the way he rushed out of here this morning without telling me where he was going or why, and then when I heard that awful report on the radio...
You did check back with WSPB?
They called me.
Oh?
Yes, right after I'd finished talking to you. And, Johnny, they were wonderful.
How do you mean?
Well, they'd realized I was upset because of my having called them before, so they'd checked that news report all the way back to the police who'd found that man dead in his car from a heart attack.
And?
Well, it was the police in Bonita Springs. That's down below Fort Myers.
Yeah?
And yes, the car was like Earl's. But the dead man's name was Jensen or Benson or something, so all my worry was for nothing.
Oh, well, I'm glad. You kind of had me worried, too, on the way down here.
I love that guy, Johnny, like nobody else in the world.
Well, I don't blame you a bit.
And now you've come all the way down here for nothing.
Well, maybe I'll talk him into taking me fishing. Where is he, then?
What?
Well, after all, if he left early this morning, you still haven't heard from him?
No. No, Johnny, I haven't. And look, it's after 4 o'clock.
Ah, easy,
and
gal.
Johnny, this isn't like him. Not to at least call or something.
Now, don't start worrying that pretty head of yours again over nothing.
But if he'd told me where he was going or why, he was in such a hurry,
Mike,
and with all these crazy drivers on the road this time
Mike,
of year.
behave yourself.
But Johnny,
Look, now, I kind of like that guy, too. And if you'd given me just one honest reason to be concerned about him...
Oh.
You see? That's probably Earl calling you right now.
Oh, dear, I hope so.
Sure, of course it is. I'll bet on it. Well, go ahead, answer it.
But if it isn't? If it's the police or something...
Okay, I'll take it.
Mike, listen to me.
Huh?
Who is it, Johnny?
Look, listen, I'm sorry not to have called.
Oh, it's Earl.
But I've been tied up on a pretty serious matter down here.
What kind of matter?
It could be a murder, one of my policy holders. So put in a call for me to Johnny Dollar up in Hartford.
Johnny.
Ask him to get here as fast as he can. You get that, Mike? Tell him not to bother stopping there at the house, but to meet me down here.
Down where, Earl?
Or maybe you can meet him at the airport and drive in... What? What did you say?
Well, I simply asked you down where.
Oh, well, down here... What? Who's that?
Well, keep talking, Earl.
No, wait. What is this? I mean, who are... Johnny?
That's right.
Oh, now look, somebody's trying to... Is this some kind of a gang?
Well, just exactly where are you? You haven't been very definite so far.
Okay. It's 9727 Sunnyvale Road. It's off the highway below Venice. But now listen...
Well, if Michael let me use her car, I'll be down there in jig time, okay?
Who are you?
I told you.
But it isn't possible.
Just keep your shirt on.
How could it be?
Why don't you sit there and patiently try to figure it out, huh?
You rascal.
But, Johnny, if you really are Johnny... Look, say something more. Talk to me some more.
Or else I'll down in Venice.
What?
Yeah, try figuring that out, too. Well, I know I can.
Oh.
Well, everything okay now, Mike?
Am I relieved?
Sure.
But you rascal, have you ever put Earl into the Department of Utter Confusion?
I tried.
I'm sure you succeeded.
So if I may use your car...
Of course you may.
Then maybe I better hit the road before Earl has a chance to call back.
Yes, you do that.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston gives you real flavorful, rich tobacco flavor. Winston's easy drawing too. The flavor comes right through to you. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
A modern filter? Sure, Winston has it. But that's only the beginning of a Winston. Up front, up where it really counts, Winston packs exclusive filter blend. Light, flavorful tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for filter smoking. Filter blend. That's why it's fun to smoke Winston, America's best-selling filter cigarette.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the false alarm matter.
The address Earl had given me on Sunnyvale Road turned out to be a huge, expensive home of white brick and stucco, surrounded by well-kept lawns and gardens with a lot of statuary. Tall palm trees lined the driveway, and there was every conceivable kind of tropical tree. Yeah, quite an estate. 2 cars were parked out front, Earl's and another one that looked familiar with a doctor's tag on it. Earl met me at the front door. After learning how come I happened to be in Florida, he got straight to the point.
But now come inside, Johnny.
Yeah, sure.
It was Dr. Crutcher who called me, dragged me over here. You remember him?
Sure do. Lives just up the street from you and Mike.
Yes. Well, Doc is here now, and he can probably tell you more about this than I can.
Well, Earl, you said something about a possible murder.
Crutcher has been the family doctor. Has taken care of Linda ever since she was a little girl.
Linda?
Which is to say, since long before she inherited the family chemical business, made it pay off, then married Frank and built this beautiful home.
Frank who, Earl?
As wrong a marriage as there could possibly have been. Frank was after Linda's money, that's all. And everybody in the world seemed to realize it but she.
Yeah, but who's to argue when love comes along?
Love? Don't kid yourself. It was out of pity for Frank that Linda married him, made him president of the plant. Typical of her, though.
What do you mean?
Harry Forrester, chief chemist and VP. Not because he knows anything about it, but because she felt sorry for him after she turned him down in favor of Frank. Jim Tarker, Bill Price, Art Higbee, sitting there in their fancy offices, collecting big salaries, and only because she'd known them as kids, heard their sob stories, and wanted to help them.
And that plant makes money?
Only because Linda really ran things herself. Now that she's dead, and... well, I'm sorry to have got so far away from why I'm glad you're here.
It's all right, Earl. The more general background I can get in a case like this, if it is murder.
And I'm absolutely certain now that it is. I'm glad to see you, Johnny.
How are you, Doc?
Glad you could make it, though how you got down here so quickly.
Well, maybe Earl will tell you about that later.
Yes. Now, look here.
Doc led me across the room to the bed. Lying there was the body of Linda. Even in death, she was beautiful. And I must have said something to that effect under my breath.
Yes, she was, Johnny. She is now, but not when Earl and I first arrived.
Oh?
Her body was twisted as though in pain, eyes wide, the pupils dilated.
That sounds like cyanide. But look at her now.
That's right. So, I decided it must have been something far more subtle, something that would leave no obvious indication after a couple of hours. Possibly potassium theramolysilate.
Oh, I'm afraid I never heard of that.
Immediate symptoms are much the same as for cyanide, but now, as you see, the body is relaxed, and what color is left? Well, another doctor, not knowing her history, might have come to the same conclusion as the maid when she called me and said that Linda was having a heart attack.
That's why Doc had me come along with him, Johnny, in such a hurry.
What do you mean?
A heart attack, Linda?
Oh, I see.
So, I immediately made some tests. Well, ever since you got me interested in forensic medicine, Johnny, well...
Oh, I told you you'd make the best medical detective in the world, Doc.
Well, I carry quite a bit of equipment about in my car.
And I'll bet it even includes that ubiquitous microscope of yours.
Yes. Anyhow, I found definite indications now of potassium theramolysilate.
Well, how was it given to her?
I said indications, Johnny, not traces of it.
So?
I doubt if even an autopsy would show traces of it.
But then how are we going to... Well, Isn't poison usually given in food?
I've checked the silverware, every piece of china, every utensil in the house. No sign of it. And she hadn't been out of the house. But now, don't forget this, Johnny.
Yeah?
Just one good breath from a PTM crystal could produce death in a matter of minutes.
Well, what about the servants? There must be servants in a place like this.
There are, and I've questioned all of them. Nothing.
Do you mind if I talk to them?
By all means, Johnny, do so.
Most of all, I wanted to see the servants, see what they were like, and, well, I must admit they all convinced me they'd been completely devoted to their mistress, that not one of them could possibly have been accessory to this murder. The last one I talked to was Irene, Linda's personal maid, who'd been with her helping her dress when the end came.
And I was at the closet getting her shoes for her.
Now, where was she, then?
Sitting there at the dressing table, poor dear. She had fixed up her hair, and she was putting some perfume on herself before getting into the dress that she...
Wait a minute, please.
And then she clutched at her heart, and she screamed.
Yeah,
and then
yeah, Irene, thank you. That'll be all.
And she was gasping, and I helped her over to the bed, and so I laid her down and said...
Hey, listen, Doc.
Yeah. Yes, Johnny?
Now, let me see. Yeah, here. This perfume bottle with the stopper lying here beside it. Yeah, here you are, Doc.
Yes.
No, don't sniff it.
Looks to me like it's empty.
Sure it is. Now. But, Doc, can you run a test? Can you tell if it's ever had a crystal of that potassium thera stuff in it?
Oh, yes, Johnny, immediately.
Okay, now, Earl, you seem to have known quite a bit about Linda, whatever her name is.
Well, I should.
So maybe you can come up with some idea about who might be suspect in this thing.
Of course I can, if you and Doc will give me half a chance to get a word in it.
Who?
But it's the proof you've got to get for it.
Who, Earl?
Look, I told you about her marriage, the reason for it, didn't I?
Huh?
And who else would have access to this rare drug that Doc is talking about? And who else will get hold of the chemical plant now that she's gone?
Earl.
Of course, Johnny. Her husband, Frank Hansen. He's the only suspect.
Earl is right, Johnny.
Then where is he?
He left here early this morning, ostensibly to go to the plant. He hasn't been seen there.
Hansen.
That means only one thing. He skipped. But if you can find him, if you can prove he did this...
Johnny, there was potassium theramolysilate in this bottle.
Wait a minute. Hansen.
What?
She said a name like Jensen or Benson or something.
Who? What are you talking about?
Earl, I'm sorry, but I got a hunch this prime suspect of yours is also very dead.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment. Here's a reminder to you that March is Red Cross Month. There are a lot of facts in print about the effective, broad battle the Red Cross wages to overcome human problems all year around. It's not likely at this late decade that anyone has to sell the Red Cross. It might be in order, however, to remind our listeners to send that annual check to your local Red Cross chapter. Now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
I made a phone call to Police Lieutenant Paul Briscoe at Bonita Springs. Yes, it was the body of Frank Hansen they'd found in that car off the Tamiami Trail. Apparently, he'd just been driving along on his way to the plant, smoking a cigarette, when his heart suddenly... Huh?
That's right. The cigarette just fell to his lap and burned up to ashes.
I told him to run a test on the other cigarettes they'd found with the body, a test for PTM. About an hour later, the lieutenant called me back.
You were right, Mr. Dollar. It was no heart attack that killed him. It was that poison.
Then I talked with Doc and Earl about the personal side of Linda's life, about her love affairs over the years. And yeah, sure enough, the one man who threatened all sorts of things if she married somebody else. But there was still the matter of getting proof for a confession.
Yes? What is it, Johnny? What are you thinking of?
Doc, I'm going to need your help.
You know I'll do anything I can.
Now, let me think. Let me think for a minute. Yeah. Hey, listen. Can you concoct something out of those chemicals you have there? Something that will, say, make a kind of stain after a few seconds if you put it on your hand?
Well, I don't know, John. Yes, maybe there is. Yes, a combination of this colorless dye with a small amount of ferrous Yes, of course it will.
A combination? Good.
But what for, Johnny?
Because I'm going to play this hunch of mine to the end.
But we need some
Oh,
proof.
and Doc,
Yes?
a tiny sponge or a piece of gauze that'll absorb one of those two chemicals that I can tape it inside a finger on the left hand.
Why? Anything you say, Johnny.
The other chemical, well, just keep it in the bottle until I'm ready to use it.
Johnny, do you mind telling me what you're up to?
Sure I mind. Just get that stuff ready for me, Doc, and we'll take off. A few minutes later, the three of us in Earl's car drove down to the chemical plant. Fortunately, the chief chemist, Harry Forrester, was still there. I was introduced, shook hands with him, with both my hands. Then we took him into a private office, and I went to work on him.
I'm afraid I don't understand what this is all about, Mr. Dollar. Insurance investigator, did you say?
Yeah, that's right, Forrester. Now listen to me.
Oh, very well.
If Linda Hanson were to die...
Linda? Die? Heaven forbid.
Oh?
I was in love with Linda at one time. Very much in love.
With Linda or her money?
I beg your pardon.
You know that's true, Harry.
Pullman, I resent that.
Just sit down, Forrester, and take it easy. Okay, now. If Linda were to die, I would assume that her fortune, including this plant, would go to her husband, Frank.
Frank.
Well?
Well, of course it would. But why do you bring up
But suppose Frank were to die, too. You'd kind of be next in line, wouldn't you?
I?
Of course you would. After all, you were next in line in her affections, weren't you?
Well, Dollar, I don't see that
Smart, ambitious guy like you? You mean you didn't even rate next to Frank?
Of course I did.
Then you'd be next in line, wouldn't you?
Well, suppose I were. What difference does it make?
And you just happen to know where to get your hands on PTM.
PTM?
Potassium theramosilolate. You do have it here, don't you?
Why, I would assume so. That is a
chemist? And you aren't sure?
Well, of course we have it. But I've never had occasion to go near this stuff.
Never? You sure of that?
Absolutely. Quite frankly, I'd be afraid of any proximity to such a drug.
Never touched the stuff, huh?
Never.
May I have the bottle, please, Doctor?
There you are, Johnny.
That is PTM.
Now you know it comes in crystal form.
Oh, yes.
No, Forrester, this is just a harmless... Oh, I'm afraid I spilled some of it on your hands.
You certainly did.
Oh, that's all right. Wipe it off. It's already begun to do its work.
What?
That bluish tinge. Positive proof that you've been handling PTM.
You sure?
Yeah, that you somehow got into Linda's perfume bottle on some of Henry's cigarettes. Well?
Then you know.
That's right. Want to call the police, Earl?
Sure. No. So you're right. So I killed them both. But I'm not going to be dragged through the filthy courts. And neither you nor anybody else...
No, you don't...
Oh.
Phew.
Here, look. This tiny capsule he was about to swallow.
Yeah. What do you think, Doc?
Well, of course I can't be sure without... Those crystals certainly look like it.
PTM.
PTM.
So, it'll be up to the courts whether Harry Forrester likes it or not. And believe me, I'd hate to be in his shoes. Yeah, I keep wondering, why don't they ever learn? Expense account total, including a gift to the Pormans for putting me up for a few days while Earl and I did some fishing, $161 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Constipation can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, close to natural acting. A medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is so gentle, so close to natural acting, there's no upset, That's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity, gently, overnight.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's program.
Next week, a lesson in how to rob a bank. You think I'm kidding? Well, I'm not. You see, it's also a lesson in how to get caught doing it. Matter of fact, it involves a modern, clever, scientific device that not very many people know about. If more of them did, well, believe me, there'd be a lot less futile attempts at bank robbery. And it's this very device that helps me solve the case I investigate by providing a picture, a simple snapshot that didn't turn up, but that gave me all the evidence I needed. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Shirley Mitchell, Virginia Gregg, Vic Perrin, Lou Merrill, Paula Winslow, Frank Nelson, and Dick Crenna. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking.
Stay tuned now for Suspense on the CBS Radio Network.
Okay, they're coming into the stretch and turning for home. It's Warlock and Gay Reward head and head for the lead. Here they come. Here comes the finish, and it's Warlock by a nose. Man, oh man, what a race. Man, oh man, a Chevitz, what a wine. Yes, in sports, you can tell it's a great moment by the cheers. And in wines, you can tell it's Manischewitz by the raves. Man, oh man.
Nano Manischewitz, everybody's wine because it tastes so good.
Try all three new Manischewitz fruit wines, blackberry, cherry, and loganberry, each 100% pure and specially sweetened. Serve Manischewitz fruit wines anytime and often.
In a wine glass, on the rock, in a highball with your favorite mixer.
Man, oh man, a Chevitz, everybody's wine because it tastes so good.
Manischewitz Wine Company, New York.
WROW, Albany, New York.